Mostly cloudy skies, but rain should not be a factor. We'll let you know if rain will be a factor here at some point. New this year for the Mudcats, the head coach, T. Mitchell. He comes in as an assistant. He'll be the head coach this year. However, he is not here right now. He's still in Kansas for their region. He's in Kentucky, rather, as Kansas is still in their regional. Wally Marcial, will take the reins for the Mudcats for the time being, and he'll get these things going. He'll get things going for this opening game. I'm going to introduce myself. I'm Josh Sowers. I come from Texas, the University of Texas at Arlington. Glad to have you with us here today, and glad to have you. Had a good time here in Chillicothe, Missouri. I've enjoyed the town quite a bit. Not too far away, a little different than the Fort Worth area, Dallas-Fort Worth, where I come from. So a little different, getting to everywhere in about 10 minutes instead of the usual about hours, how it works out. So happy to have us with us. As umpires are talking, coaches are talking right now out on the diamond. Again, your dimensions here at Schaefer Park. We have 320 to right, 320 to left, and all the way out in the center is 400. Really comes in on you at the corners, then about 375 at left center and right center field. So let's go ahead and take a quick break as we reset everything. Again, we're on Mudcats TV for the first time this year, and we're also doing a little bit of a simulcast here on KCHI. So let's take another bit of a break, and when we come back, we will have Mudcat Baseball taking on the Spooner Bandits here tonight. So let's take a quick break, and we'll be right back.
A quieter world. Donaldson Company opened their doors in 1915. Today, Donaldson Company is a worldwide corporation with 11 locations in the United States and in 44 countries around the world. A part of Chillicothe since 1959, Donaldson's filtration products improve performance of equipment around the world. You won't always see them, but you can breathe easier knowing they're everywhere. Good luck, Mudcats, from Donaldson Company of Chillicothe.
Does your deck look faded and worn? Does that fence look a little tired? Visit Pat Thorne Lumber today and check out all of our Sicken stains and sealers to revitalize the outdoor experience of your home. Let the professionals at Pat Thorne Lumber help you get the right products for the restoration and protection of your deck or fence. If you're considering the construction of a new deck or fence, we have everything you'll need for that project from start to finish. Pat Thorne Lumber in Chillicothe, where better building begins.
Right field. Wes Snyder will be DH tonight. He'll be in the cleanup spot for the Bandits. Chris Combs, he's wearing number 6. He'll be, he's in center field. Luke Schultz is batting 6th. He's the first baseman. Ethan Bell will play second base. He's batting 7th in the lineup. Tyler Francis, he bats 8th. He is the shortstop, the third baseman. Zach Cranston will bat in the 9th spot. He will be catching for Pat Weetham for the Bandits. Pat Weetham will be throwing out for Spooner. For Chillicothe, we'll take a look at their defensive lineups first. Derek Nakasuda, he'll be in left field. Corbin Williams will be in center field. Jared Hahn will be in right field. Todd Zinigi, he'll be playing third base tonight. Al Robbins at shortstop. Rin Sugai will be at second base. Anthony Baez, he'll be at first base. Stephen Cooper will be catching for Austin Kearns. And Kearns is a freshman who comes from the University of Arkansas. And we'll get you some of his stats here in just a little bit. We did catch up with Wally Marcial briefly before the game. We had a chance to talk to him and see how these guys are playing together. So let's hear what Wally had to say.
Number 37, TJ Martin. And from your Chillicothe High School, number 2, Stephen Cooper. From Tempe, Arizona, a freshman at Grand Canyon University, number 3, Josh Ethier. A freshman at Menlo College in California. From Fremont, California, Nick Gallego. From Overland Park, Kansas, a freshman at Villanova, number 9, Todd Zinogi. From West Chicago, Illinois, and South Dakota State,
and we thank Coach
number
Wally
21, Al
for
Robbins.
his time earlier for the game. I gave the defensive lineups for your Chillicothe Mudcats. Let's go ahead and get your batting lineup order for your Mudcats. Corbin Williams will start things off. Todd Synergy, the third baseman, he'll bat second. Jared Hahn will bat third. Al Robbins will bat fourth. And Michael Midzewski will bat fifth. Anthony Baez, sixth. Derek Nakasuda, seventh. Rin Sugai, eighth. And
Number
Riding out
1,
will be the
Corbin
catcher, Stephen
Williams.
Cooper. And Stephen Cooper is an interesting story for you locals,
From O'Fallon,
Chillicothe
Missouri,
Mudcat
Truman
fans.
State
He is a
University. Number
senior,
5,
graduated
Jared
rather,
Hahn.
from Chillicothe High School. And we got a chance to talk to him a little bit. First team
From
all-conference
State
catcher
University
for the
in
Midland
Cobb,
Empire Conference, and he came in with a
freshman, number 6,
.511
Gallagher.
on-base percentage, and I'm sure he's got a lot of family and a lot of friends out here to watch him. Both the catchers for the Mudcats, they are not here yet. That is why he is getting the chance to be here tonight. So we wish him the best of luck. We wish all the Mudcats the best of luck as we get things started off for this season. Chillicothe is a part of the Mink League, Missouri, Iowa, Nebraska, Kansas. They'll have games against such as teams as Sedalia, Clarendon, St. Joseph, Ozark, and Joplin, of course. So this is just the beginning of the 44-game regular season schedule. Starting things off tonight, Barnes-Baker is your corporate sponsor tonight. We'll have a few things from there. They're giving a lot of giveaways here at the ballpark. Tomorrow we'll play Sedalia at 7:05. And then Sedalia for the weekend, Saturday and Sunday. Clarendon will be in here Monday, and St. Joseph will be here on Tuesday. So 5 straight home games to start the series for the Mudcats. All these games starting at 7:05. Players are taking the field, and they're going to do a few more giveaways, and we'll get the national anthem going here in just a bit. So we'll take another quick break, and when we come back, we'll have the starting game on your Chillicothe Mudcats. You're listening to Mudcat Baseball on KCHI.
Sofia Vergara. This is my Diet Pepsi. I love drinking Diet Pepsi.
Well, you know what they say. If you love something, let it go. And if it comes back, it was meant to be.
Would you hold my Diet Pepsi for me?
I'd love to. Now leave. It can't come back to you if you're standing next to it. The only thing better than an ice-cold Diet Pepsi is a free ice-cold Diet Pepsi.
Love every sip at dietpepsi.com.
Pepsi-Cola Dr. Pepper Bottling Company of
Ensure
Chillicothe.
the nutritional health of your livestock and pets with the best of Millbank Mills Silver Moon feeds, ground locally. You can buy from 500 pounds to 25 tons with free delivery in pellets or meal, bagged or bulk, whatever is convenient for you. Silver Moon feeds can be delivered within 24 hours or pick it up yourself to earn an extra discount. For 147 years, agriculture has depended on Millbank Mills and Silver Moon feeds. For Silver Moon feeds, call Millbank Mills in Chillicothe, 800-892-2488.
Proud to be a part of Chillicothe, your Walmart Supercenter has the items you need when you need them. A full-service grocery department and general merchandise with automotive, electronic, clothing, sporting goods, crafts, and lawn and garden. Be sure to stop in and shop their full-line bakery and deli departments. Your Chillicothe Walmart Supercenter is open 24 hours a day. Get everything you need in one convenient stop. Shop your Chillicothe Walmart Supercenter. Walmart. Save money, live better.
Thank you, Jordan and Trevor. Giving John the plaque as Business Operations Manager for the Mudcats, Melody Gilgore. Now let's go on the field with Randy Dean.
All right, we are going to recognize some special people here, some very good friends of the Mudcats. First of all, we're going to recognize Chris. Come on, don't be shy. You're too big to be shy, man. Chris is the manager from Chillicothe High B. They got something special called the Double Play Discount. What's that all about?
So what we're going to do, every time the Mudcats turn a double play this year, we're going to double the fuel saver discount that you earn the next day at the Hy-Vee store.
Hear that, Mudcats? We want a lot of double plays, buddy. A lot of double plays. That's not the only thing going on tonight. We got something really special with some Major League Baseball.
Yeah, we're going to give away Kansas City and New York Yankee tickets, and it's the last game that Derek Jeter is going to be in Royal Stadium. So,
future Hall of Famer, someone here is going to get to go see him. All right. Thank you so much. Hy-Vee's been a great friend of the Mudcats. Thank you very much.
Dedicated listener to the sport,
Also,
and glad to see all the fans come out today. A lot of people out here to watch the opener for this. It's a pretty big deal in this town. Since I'm not from here, I've to be honest never even been here in my life. But looks like it's pretty special to these fans, and happy to see a great group of people come out here tonight and support the Mudcats home team. It's a big deal for the summer, and we've got a great group of guys, players. We got to meet them yesterday at a bit of a dinner over at the Fast Lane. Met the guys, had a good dinner, great group of people, talked to a lot of them, and they're definitely excited to be here in Chillicothe, Missouri. Some of these guys come from as far west as California, as far east as New York, as far south as Texas, and as far north as South Dakota State, and even got an Eastern Michigan fell out there. So these guys come from all over, and it's real special for them, and they're trying to hone in on their skills and just see exactly what they can do with a wooden bat. No metal, of course, no metal in these leagues. It's all wooden bats. They're just trying to see what they can do. They're still doing some pregame ceremonies. We've yet to have the national anthem. Let's go over quick major league scores right now. Since I come from Texas, we'll talk about the Rangers 2-0 over the Nationals. The Cleveland Indians are beating the Rockies 1-0. Twins are leading the Yankees 1-0 in the bottom of the third. Mets are up on the Phillies 3-0 in the bottom of the third, and the Royals are winning against the Blue Jays 1-0. That game is in the top of the fourth inning. Tampa Bay Rays are winning 1-0 over the Boston Red Sox. Florida Marlins, the Miami Marlins, rather. Let me get up to date on that. Are beating the Atlanta Braves 2-0. Yet to come tonight, the Padres and the White Sox will go at it. Orioles versus the Astros, the Cubs versus the Brewers, Giants versus the Cardinals. That game starts at 7:15. Reds and Diamondbacks, Angels and Athletics, Tigers and Mariners. Get to kick off and round it off. Pirates taking on the LA Dodgers. They are announcing the Spooner Bandits right now as they bring them to the field, and we would expect to see the national anthem just after that. We talked about the weather earlier. It's been kind of spotty popcorn showers all over Missouri today with that low down south spinning off these showers. They're heading a very awkward northwest direction. They just they'll pop up, rain themselves out, and they'll die. And then right next door, right next to it, another one will pop up. And just kind of likes to fool with you a little bit. But the skies are opening up a bit. I know there's some scattered showers to the south of us. And, we'll have to watch those. But right now, the sky looks good. Here at the ballpark, there's a few clouds. Lights have come on here at the ballpark, and we're ready to get things going. So it looks like they're about to be finished with the Spooner lineup, and they're going to do the national anthem. So let's take another quick break. And when we come back, I promise you this time, we'll have baseball. You're watching and listening to Mudcat Baseball on KCHI.
Fourth, the shortstop from South Dakota State, number 21, Al Robbins.
Thank you.
Batting fifth, the designated hitter from Eastern Michigan University,
Just get to the
number
game.
12, Michael Vinashevsky.
Yeah, I know. I realized that. And I was like, oh, that can't
from
be
Murray
good.
State University, number 24, Anthony Baez. Batting seventh, the left fielder from Hawaii Pacific University.
I don't know.
Number 28, Derek Nakasato.
Even longer.
Batting eighth, the second baseman from Temple University. Number 22, Rin Sugai.
I wish I had some reeds or something.
Catching
Some
and batting
sponsors,
ninth
something.
From Chillicothe High School, number 2, Stephen Cooper. On the mound for the Mudcats from the University of Arkansas, number 26, Austin Kearns.
Oh.
By Ty Mitchell and assisted by Wally Marshall and Ian James.
Couple people here that Josh Norris, are you still here? Josh Norris, Kevin Haney, and the Parks Department crew, give them a round of applause for giving us such a beautiful field and a beautiful facility. And thank you to the City Council and the City of Chillicothe for this new sound system that you can hear loud and proud. Let's play some ball.
Fans, would you please remain standing for our national anthem? umpires for tonight's game. Behind the plate, Clint Baxter. And in the field, Ron Rodriguez.
Chillicothe, Missouri. Remember, fans, you can stay up to date with the Mudcats all season long. Like us on Facebook. Just search up Chillicothe Mudcats. Also follow us on Twitter at _Mudcats. That's how you stay in touch with the team and all that's happening here at Schaefer Park. They have said play ball. We are ready to get rolling. As we'll get things started, as they'll again take their time. Some fans going to get some hot dogs. Doing a couple giveaways. I think they're going to try to have some kind of water balloon fight here later on. We'll have to see exactly what they do. But again, it's a good time out here, and if you're listening to us right now, if you get a chance to come to a game in the next few days, give it a shot. It's a lot of fun here. They do a lot of fun things with the fans, and that was Missouri Lottery Night here at some point. I think they're doing that actually tonight. They're going to play bingo with the game. Not exactly sure what the prizes are, but sure it's something good. Always something good when you win with the lottery. Players are taking the field right now for the Mudcats. And again, we talked about their defensive lineups. Returners, Derek Nakasuto, he'll be in left field, and Rin Sugai, he'll be playing second base. They were on the team last year and really made a splash with the team. As I shuffle through the notes to had him somewhere. Yeah, let's see. No, it was Dane Fujinaki. He's not here right now, but he is on the team. He is not here right now. He batted .289 last year for the team. And 90. He went 26 and 90 for the team. And then Rin Sugai, he batted .250 last year, 14 for 92 in 28 games, had 23 hits. Did have a double as well, 6 walks, 15 strikeouts. So we'll see how he can improve this season. So the Spooner Bandit, Michael Johnson, will lead things off. Johnson wearing number 10. He is an outfielder from Huron, South Dakota. Spooner Bandits, they've already played 3 games in the past few nights. They are 0-3 on the season. They are not a part of the Mink League. This is a non-conference game, one of the few non-conference games. As Austin Kearns continues to warm up on the mound for the Mudcats. Austin Kearns, he wears number 26. He's a freshman. Talked about him just a second ago, from Arkansas. Hometown of Owasso, Oklahoma. 6'2", 210 pounds. He is a lefty. And he'll get the start tonight. His home team, Arkansas, they are still in the SEC tournament. But he is not having to be there tonight.
The Mudcats would like to wish Jesse Shep a happy 14th birthday. Welcome to the ballpark, Jesse.
So here comes Michael Johnson. He'll step into the plate.
Leading off for the Bandits, the left fielder, Michael Johnson.
His dirt right. Move around a bit, adjust his helmet. Mudcats in their maroon colored jerseys, white pants. Spooner Bandits in their white jerseys with blue sleeves, red numbers on the back of their jerseys. And here's Kearns' first pitch, and it is a high fastball for ball 1 to Johnson. Wind's going left to right. Johnson will step back into the batter's box. So lefty versus righty matchup. Second pitch is in there for a strike, another quick fastball. So the count will move to 1-1. Scoreboard is in right field with an American flag next to it. Next pitch just missing high. They had a bit of a cutter on it, so 2-1 count. Kearns wasting no time on the mound. Next pitch again just missing high and away. Be 3-1 now to Kearns, or to Johnson rather, from Austin Kearns. Umpire gets set. Here's the windup, and here's the 3-1. Down a little lower, and that will catch the inside part of the strike zone. Got the corner of the plate, another fastball. So a full count already. As Tyler Reitz awaits on deck for the Bandits. 3-2 pitch, just missing outside and a little high as well. So a first batter walk from Kearns will result in Michael Johnson being on at first base. It's going to bring up Tyler Reitz. Reitz is the shortstop for the Bandits. from Billings, Montana. Johnson will get about a 3-step leadoff from first base. Kearns takes a look. He'll throw home. Showing bunt was Reeds. It's in there for a strike, another fastball. So an 0-1 count. Johnson will get another good leadoff. Next pitch is high from Kearns. It'll be ball 1. Over at first base is Anthony Bayes. Bayes, a junior from Louisville, Kentucky, from Murray State. Next pitch inside, as Reeds had to get out of the way of it. So 2-1 count. Reeds will take his time and step out of the batter's box. He'll reset. Now he'll step back in. Kearns is yet to throw to first base, and he won't this time on the 2-1. Showing bunt. And that was in there for a strike, as Reeds bailed at the last minute. So now a 2-2 count. In 0-0 ball game. Just getting things started here in Chillicothe. Spooner Bandits taking on the Mudcats. Kearns has issued 1 walk. This will be his 11th pitch of the ball game. Here's the 2-2. Big swing and a miss from Reeds, and he goes down swinging as Kearns gave him a low one.
The right fielder, Jared Niemann.
Taking a bit of a curve on it. So that'll ease everybody a little bit, especially Mudcats fans. So 1 out, as Johnson awaits. It's going to go now, Jared Nealon, the right fielder, and the first pitch from Kearns. Nealon will take it for strike 1. Jared Nealon wearing number 17. He's an outfielder from Pierre, South Dakota. He stands tall at about 6'3", or 6'2", rather. Saw some power from him in the batting cage worms. Johnson's going on the pitch on the 0-1 throw to second base to Sugai. Not in time. Looked like Ren Sugai applied the tag. Mudcat fans don't like it, but nevertheless, Johnson advances to second. So they're going to... Stephen Cooper talking about it, yelling back to his pitcher, Austin Kearns. Everything seems to be okay, though. So it's a 1-1 count. So now with Johnson at second base, now runner in scoring position for Jared Nealon. Next pitch fouled off to the right side, a 1-2 count. As that hit the wall of the Spooner dugout. So Nealon will reset himself. He is a righty. The lefty versus righty matchup, a 1-2 count. Kearns dealing with Johnson at second base. Sugai trying to spook him, and he will throw back to second base. And if Sugai would have caught that ball, it would have been close. The throw back to second was not in time as Sugai had dropped the ball. Didn't go anywhere. Kept it in front of him. Johnson returned to the bag safely. So it remains a 1-2 count. 1 out, no score here in the top of the first. Here's the 1-2 pitch home. And having to really dive at it was Stephen Cooper. Dove to his right to save it. Didn't get behind him. Johnson stayed put at second base. Well, a 2-2 count. Kearns taking a look back at second. Sugai will back off second base. Here's the 2-2, and it is low. Another fastball. So now a 3-2 count. Second full count of the inning for Kearns. As more fans continue to pile into Schaefer Park. Not a whole lot of seats left, rather. Kearns will throw back to Sugai at second. Got past Sugai, but didn't roll far. To ricochet off of him. Johnson standing tall at second. He's okay. So it'll be a full count at home to Jared Nealon with 1 out. Kearns takes a look back again to second. He will throw home this time on the payoff. And that's up high as well, and he missed again. Second walk for Kearns. That's going to put Jared Nealon aboard at first base. So now with 1 out, the Spooner Bandits have runners on at first and second base as we've just gotten things started here in the top of the first with one out. It's going to bring up Wes Snyder. He is a lefty. Wes Snyder from Ely, Minnesota. A little south of home. First pitch swinging, and it's in the air. A little bloop shot to second. They nearly get the double play as shortstop Al Robbins was able to make the grab. The ball got away from him, and Johnson's able to advance to third. Quick couple plays here, and now trying to steal second was Jared Nealon, and he is out at second base. So all of a sudden, there's the inning on a pop up to the infield, and they get a runner tagging after the Spooner Bandits played really aggressive baseball. Your score after the top of the first: no runs scored on no hits and no errors. One runner left on base for the Bandits. We'll take a quick break. You're listening to Mudcat Baseball on KCHI.
Side of every Mudcat ticket.
If a
That
liquid
coupon is
bridge
good
goes
for $3 off.
That was chaos. That was
Montana or the Caribbean. You can tell us when you get there. If you win the Missouri Lottery's Second Chance of a Lifetime promotion, it could turn any ticket into one of 2 unforgettable adventures. A voyage on your own private yacht with a personal chef, or fishing with a master outdoorsman while a crew films your catch. Now, every ticket lets you enter to win at molottery.com and gives back to education. So play it forward with the Missouri Lottery.
There's really only one steak place that has the best steak. The most tender, most flavorful, mouth-watering steak. A place that makes the choice to serve you the best choice, because we believe there really is no other choice. Introducing Hy-Vee Choice Reserve, premium, hand-selected, 100% natural beef. Hy-Vee Choice Reserve, because our choice is your best choice.
Here in Chillicothe, Missouri, we'll head to the bottom of the first inning. No score for the Bandits after they left one aboard. They had 2 runners on after Austin Kearns issued 2 walks, but the Mudcat defense is able to get out of it. And now we will see the first look at Pat Weetham for the Bandits as he wears number 11. So now we'll have some Mudcats offense ready to take reign here at Schaefer Park. Mudcats historically have been a really good team. Never had a losing season. At one point last year, they were 21-21, and it was going to be close. But they won in the last 5 games and finished 26-21 on the season. Corbin Williams will start things off for Chillicothe. Talked about him. He is the outfielder from Omaha, Nebraska. Truman State, not too far away. Just a few miles down the road. He wears number 1 for the Mudcats. He is a lefty, so we'll have a righty-on-lefty matchup, as that's who Pat Weetham is. First pitch from Weetham, showing bunt, and it's going to be a perfect bunt. Really thick grass here, and that's a perfect textbook bunt, and arriving at first base safely and very easily is Corbin Williams, and the Mudcats already with 1 hit in the ball game.
Batting second, the third baseman, Todd Zanogi.
So Todd Zanogi, rather. So Todd Zenogi, he is a righty as well, so righty-on-righty matchup. We'll have a runner on first base being Corbin Williams. Scoreless ball game as we've just gotten things started. We're in the bottom of the first. Big swing and a miss from the third baseman, Zenogi. Trying to hit one out of the city limits on that one. Weetham will reset. Yeah, the infield grass here at Schaefer Park is really thick, so if you lay a bunt down, it's going to stop. It's not going to roll too far. As Weetham will throw back to first baseman Luke Schultz. He'll hang on to it as Corbin Williams got his maroon jersey dirty for the first time this season. Carl's get about a 3.5 step leadoff. Or excuse me, Corbin Williams. He'll get about a 3.5 step. And he's going to go on this pitch. The throw is a strike, and safely aboard at second is Corbin Williams. A great steal for the young man. As the throw from catcher Zach Cranston was to the right for shortstop Tyler Reitz.
Free Mudcat stolen base. That steal brought to you by Barnes Baker Motors.
So it's an 0-2 count at home.
A great deal
for Zenigi. He now has a runner in scoring position, being Williams at second base off a quick steal. Williams very fast out there. He was 35 for 37 last year at Truman State in stealing bases. Next pitch. And it'll be a 1-2 count. So it's actually a 1-2 count at home now. Next pitch from Weatham was in there for a strike. The 1-2 swinging on, passed up the middle of the pitcher. Williams is coming in from second. He rounds third base, and he's going to score easily as the Mudcats have taken a 1-0 lead here in Chillicothe off the Spooner Bandits. Great hit by Todd Zenigi right up the middle, skipped through the grass, and center fielder Chris Combs had to scoop it up as Williams easily rounded second base for the score. Great play by Zenigi, and the Mudcats have taken a 1-0 lead on their second hit of the ballgame, as we already are going to have a mound visit here at Schaefer Park. Fans like it. It was a perfectly well-placed ball. Pat Weatham, he was on the back end of his throw, so he really didn't have a chance to get it as it rolled to his left. So they're going to continue to talk at the mound. Zach Cranston, Pat Weatham, and the Spooner Bandit coach out there to try to settle his pitcher down. Jared Hahn is the next batter for the Mudcats. He wears number 5. It's already a 1-0 lead for the Mudcats on 2 hits. Runner at first being Zenigi. Jared Hahn, he bats left. 6 foot, 170 pounds. The junior from O'Fallon, Missouri. Also plays for the Truman State Bulldogs. First pitch from Weatham. It is outside, a fastball. Make it a 1-0 count. Hahn had a .315 batting average last year for the Bulldogs, 51 for 162. Next pitch, just missing inside. Make it a 2-0 count. Sun beginning to set here in Chillicothe behind us, behind home plate. The 2-0 is fouled back into the netting. Scared a few fans. Zenigi not really showing any effort on trying to steal second base. Zenigi was just 5 for 8 last year at Villanova in stealing bases. He'll throw back to first as he gets his white pants dirty for the first time. He is safe on the plate. Still a 2-1 count at home. It's a 1-0 Mudcat lead. We're in the bottom of the first inning. Weatham gets set, and here's the pitch. Inside, Zenigi's going on this one. The throw is away, and Zenigi's going to get from second to third base, and he will be held up at third base as the throw from Zach Cranston was a little too far offline to the right of shortstop Tyler Reitz.
Another stolen base brought to you by
second baseman Ethan Bell wasn't able to get there in time, so once again the center fielder Chris Combs had to come and get it.
Needs a great deal.
So Zenigi moves to third. It's a 3-1 count at the plate. So Hahn taking his time. So the Mudcats being very aggressive here early in this ball game, giving these home fans a show. 3-1. Ball gets away from Cranston. Sliding in there in time is Zenigi. And he's in there for a 2-0 Mudcat lead as, again, more aggressive base running has paid off for the Mudcats as that ball got away from the catcher Cranston. And there was a lot of space from home plate to the backstop as Cranston came in to grab it and Pat Weetham came in to try to make the play, but Zinnigy got down, got dirty. It's a 2-0 Mudcat lead. The pitch was offline, so Hahn is...
Batting fourth for the Mudcats. The shortstop, number 21, Al Rupp.
And they're actually going to keep Hahn batting.
Correction, Hahn still batting.
3-2.
So it's a 2-0 lead. It's a 3-2 count.
The count had been 2-2 for that rather than 3-1.
A couple odd things already going on today. 3 balls, 2 strikes. It's a 2-0 Mudcat lead. Hahn still batting on the payoff pitch. Big swing and foul back into the netting. Haven't seen the most visible signs from the umpire today. So Hahn hanging in there with a 3-2 count. The lengthy first inning already at the 20-minute mark. Payoff pitch down low, and Hahn will take off to first base. No need to run, but he will anyway. So the Mudcats still with no outs in this top of the first. They'll have another runner aboard at first base. That's going to bring up Al Robbins.
Let's try this again. Now batting for the Mudcats.
As now we will have Al Robbins come in. Al Robbins, he's a junior from West Chicago, Illinois. A South Dakota State Jackrabbit. Averaged 270 last year in 2014. Had 2 3-hit games. Had a streak of 15 of reaching base safely. He'll chop one to the first baseman. It's off his chest. Will they get the tag in time? He picks it back up, and he will. So there's your first out of the ball game. Jared Hahn will advance to second. A hard hit ball down the first base line. And first baseman Luke Schultz had it bounce off his chest. It got away from him to his left in foul territory, but he was able to scoop it up.
The designated hitter
and make the tag on first base. So that's going to bring up Krzyzewski. He's going to swing at the first base. It's a grounder to the third baseman. Gets through his legs. And Jared Hahn is going to come from second. He's looking at home, and he will be in there easily. It's a 3-0 Mudcat lead. And they'll give an error to the third baseman, Tyler Francis, for that one.
The first baseman, number 24, Anthony Baez.
So Midashevsky, he'll stand tall at first base after reaching via error.
We're throwing you the first curveball, Dale. Great. All those contests are going to be at the end of that inning instead of the
And the first pitch is going to be
So the end of whatever middle
down there for a strike from Weetham.
For some reason, it's all his fault. Beat him up. Tie him to the back of your tractor.
And if I don't catch it, just wave at me. And
Okay.
Yeah.
And yeah, if you
Or just start talking.
and I'll just say, well, okay, you got one coming up at the end of the inning. There you go. I got your back, man.
Next pitch on the 0-1, just outside, so 1-1 count. So Anthony Baez, he'll come in for a 3-0 Mudcat. He just won out in the inning. Baez wearing number 24 for the Mudcats. The junior from Louisville, Kentucky. Also comes from Murray State. The 1-1 is in the air in the shallow first base line, and making the grab right at first base is Luke Schultz for the pop out. That'll be the second out. In the bottom of the first, still a 3-0 Mudcat lead, and they still have a runner on first base, being Midashevsky.
The left fielder, number 28, Derek Nakasato.
So Derek Nakasato He'll have Midashevsky on at first base with 2 outs. Righty versus lefty matchup. Pitcher versus batter.
Your attention, please.
First pitch is going to be in there for a strike, a fastball
Lodge parking lot
from
will be
Weetham.
towed unless moved. There is additional parking beyond the restrooms.
Three 0 ball game. 2 hits for the Mudcats in the bottom of the first. 1 error for the Bandits. This one is swung on and fouled off. Bias hit it off his right foot. Bounced into fair territory, but the umpire called time.
Eagles Lodge parking lot will be towed unless moved. There are additional parking available.
So no 2 count.
Beyond the right field line.
As they are directing people to park in the proper spaces here. A lot of fans out here tonight, so they're having to create some additional parking. Weetham taking his time on the 0-2. He'll look back at first. Now he looks home. Gets the sign he wants. Here's the throw. It's up high. So 1-2 count. Nakasuda thought about swinging it. Didn't want to climb the ladder. So the 1-2 count. Swing and fouled off to the first base side as it bounces off the dugout wall for the Bandits. Nakasado, the junior from Honolulu, Hawaii. In the pregame I said as far west as California. I meant to say as far west as Honolulu, Hawaii. Comes from the Hawaii Pacific Sea Warriors, where he batted .306 last year. As a runner on at first base, here's the 1-2. Big swing and a miss, and the inning finally ends for the Mudcats, but not before they get 3 runs on 2 hits, 1 error for the Bandits as they leave 1 aboard. A 3-0 Mudcat lead as we'll head to the top of the second inning. You're listening to Mudcat Baseball on KCHI.
Hi, this is Howard with Anytime Fitness. Summer's almost here. It's time to get fit and stay fit. Don't overheat in our hot and humid weather. Join Anytime Fitness today and stay comfortable while you work out and receive a 3-month membership for only $99. That's right. Join today and receive a free fitness orientation with a personal trainer, a free diet and meal plan, a free body fat analysis, and a free t-shirt. Anytime Fitness is safe, secure, and open 24/7. We're staffed Monday through Friday from 10 to 6 and Saturdays from 9 to noon. Come experience the difference at Anytime Fitness on Business 36 in Chillicothe.
Cat fans, Brent Wyatt here from Barnes Baker Motors in Chillicothe. Are you looking for a better way to get to and from Mudcat games? Need more room for the group of people you're hauling to the game? At Barnes Baker Motors, we've got you covered. As a proud sponsor of the Chillicothe Mudcats, we'll make sure that you make it to the game on time, in a safe manner, and in style. Whether you're bringing the whole family, a few friends, or just yourself, we offer an amazing selection of vehicles. You're always a winner with us at Barnes Baker Motors in Chillicothe.
When it comes to getting dinner on the table and making the family happy, we all turn to shortcuts now and then. And my favorite, opening up some refreshing Coca-Cola from my local grocery store and sharing a little happiness all around. With ice-cold Coca-Cola, a great meal can be a snap, and a twist, and a pour. Coca-Cola. Open happiness. Trenton Coca-Cola hopes you enjoy the game, the summer weather, and an ice-cold Coca-Cola with your family and friends.
I can never find a place in town that designs and prints everything I need at a good price.
Have you been under a rock for the last 60 years? What about Community Press? All I do is dream up an idea, they design it, and they do all the work for me. It's easy.
So they print envelopes and business cards?
Community Press can do that.
Brochures, invitations, promo items, flyers for my concert or Spice Girls songs?
What?
Nothing. How do I find them?
They're at 1016 North Washington in Chillicothe, and their phone number is 646-2360. They're even on Facebook and have a website at communitypressinc.com.
Value of local newspapers. Subscribe today to the Chillicothe Constitution Tribune. Your local CT saves you money with valuable manufacturers and local business coupons. The CT looks out for my personal interests with a pulse on the news, information, and local events. It gives me something to talk about, like when I see my daughter's name in print. The CT offers items only in print that I can't find anywhere else. It's all inside the CT. Get yours today and all the value that comes with it. Call the Chillicothe Constitution Tribune, 646-2411.
Head to Legends at the Day's Inn for the special all day every weekday. Whether you
Combs fights back to make it 2-2. 2-2. Swung on and hit past Kearns up the middle, and that's going to be a base hit for the Bandits. That's going to be their first one of the evening here in the top of the second. It belongs to center fielder Chris Combs.
Luke Schultz.
So Luke Schultz will step in. Schultz wearing number 20 for the Bandits. They'll return to Wisconsin after this game tonight. And they come in already with an 0-3 record. They've played 3 games. Don't have a hometown for Schultz. As the first pitch is away, gets away from Cooper and no throw as Combs is able to advance to second base. So ball one at the plate was in the dirt and Combs is able to get to second base. And so now with no outs, the Bandits are trying to make noise in a 3-0 ball game belonging to the Mudcats. Here's the 1-0 from Kearns. It's up high, another fastball. So 2-0 count. Seems like Kearns in the bottom of the first had to warm up a bit before he found his sweet spot. May have to do the same here in the bottom of the second. The 2-0 is in there right down the middle for a strike as Schultz took a look at it. Second baseman Sugai, he's playing towards second base. He'll back off now on the throw. Ball again gets away from Cooper. The 2-1, it was outside, and Combs moves to third base now. So a couple pass balls. One wild pitch, one pass ball has brought Combs over to third base. So Schultz with a 3-1 count. And he has a lot of options here to try to bring home the first Bandit runner of the evening. 3-1. Big swing and a miss. Claps his hands together knowing he just missed it. Any ball to the outfield should score. Chris Combs from third base. Schultz, the righty. Here's the payoff. Down low, and Schultz is aboard at first base. So now we're going to see Wally Marciel come out and have a talk with Kearns. As Stephen Cooper will come up to the mound as well from the catching position. They'll take their time in trying to just settle Kearns down. So they'll play a little music, keep the fans interested. Talking about Austin Kearns, a freshman from Owasso, Oklahoma. Didn't think he was going to make it with Arkansas being in the SEC tournament, but he's here tonight. Had a high school record of 24-1. Had a 6-0 record with a 1.2 earned run average as a senior. He won the state championship that year. Was part of the all-tournament team his senior year as well. Also played for the North All-Stars in the Oklahoma All-Star game. But right now he's going to deal with Ethan Bell, number 12, as he'll have runners at the corners with, again, no outs, a 3-0 Mudcat lead. We're in the top of the second. First pitch just missing low and inside for ball one. Ethan Bell batting 7th in the lineup for the Bandits. He's the second baseman. 1-0. Big swing and a miss. Ethan Bell almost down to his knees going for that one.
You're kind of hungry.
So a 1-1 count.
That sounds good. Yeah. First out.
Bell holds the bat over to the home plate, shows him where he wants it. Kearns doesn't give it to him, as the next pitch is outside. The 2-1 count. Had a bit of a break to it as it broke outside. Again, runners at the corners. Luke Schultz at first base. Chris Combs at third base. As they'll try to cut this 3-0 lead down.
That's what Sonic Cups are for.
Excuse me, a 2-1 count, and the ball got away from Cooper. He kept it in front of him, but Schultz was already going on the play anyway, so he'll advance to second base.
Did I get it wrong?
So that'll change now. So a 3-1 count. Now runners at second and third base. Swing, fouled off to the right side. Cooper flipped off his headgear his mask to see if he could get it. He couldn't. It was in the dirt, foul. So now it's a 3-2 count. Here's the payoff. Inside, just missing, is Kearns, and now with no outs, the Bandits will have the bases loaded here for Tyler Francis, the third baseman.
The third baseman, Tyler Francis.
Francis wears number 13, and we'll see if he can be lucky, as he has an excellent opportunity with no outs and the bases loaded. So the Mudcats already being tested here early in the season, in the top of the second. Let's see how their game management will hold up. First pitch, in there for a strike, catching the inside part of the corner of the plate. It's no 1 count. Tyler Francis, he bats right. Listen, as a pitcher from Faribault, Minnesota. So lefty versus righty. And that ball is going to get away on the 0-2 pitch, and a runner is going to come home on the passed ball. So rather make it a 1-2 count, and the Bandits have scored 1, so it's a 3-1 lead now as all runners advance. So Ethan Bell moves to second, Luke Schultz at third. Here's the 1-2. In there for a strike. He looked at it, and he is struck out. Kearns' second strikeout of the day. And that was big right there for the first out. Now getting set up is
the catcher, Zach Cranston.
Cranston now. And that'll be in there for a strike. So Cranston had him listed as wearing number 4. He's actually wearing jersey 15 tonight. Next pitch, inside, down low as well. Nice job by Cooper to keep it in front of him. A 1-1 count. Luke Schultz standing tall at third base. Ethan Bell at second base. Leading run at the plate for the Bandits being Cranston. He'll take a look at the next one, and it is just inside as well on a 2-1 count. Wind's very light, blowing left to right as the 2-1 missing high on the 3-1. Kearns will wipe the sweat from his face. He'll get set now. Take a look at home. Cooper gives him the sign. And here's the 3-1. Check swing. Ball again gets away from Cooper. And the throw back at home actually hits Schultz in there, and the ball gets away to the right side of the field. Runner is safe for the Bandits. They've cut the lead 3-2. Ethan Bell advances to third base now. So another passed ball will be a run for the Bandits. So a 3-0 game has turned into a 3-2 game here in the top of the second. Mudcats still hanging on.
The left fielder, Michael Johnson.
So Cranston was walked, as that'll bring up Michael Johnson again. So we'll flip the card over, flip the lineup over. Austin Kearns looking at his 45th pitch of the game, this one, and it's checked in play to the second baseman, Singai, to second base. They'll try to get 2 here, and the throw is offline from shortstop Al Robbins. Runner comes home for the Bandits. So 1 run is out after the ball was chopped to second baseman Rin Sugai. So now have an 0-1 count at the plate. So Tyler Reitz, the lefty, getting a ball in the dirt from Kearns. Missing a 1-1 count. Reitz 0 for 1 today with a strikeout from Kearns. Kearns has 2 of them. Reitz was one of them. So Michael Johnson stands aboard at first base. 2 outs in the inning. Score all tied up at 3 as the Bandits have came storming back. And here's a fastball from Kearns, a 1-2 count now. Johnson's pretty speedy. He's going on this pitch. This ball's in the air towards center field. Coming in on it is Corbin Williams, and just shallow center field. He'll make the one-handed grab with his glove, and that will end a wacky top of the second inning. The Bandits have stormed back with 3 runs of their own. We'll go to the bottom of the second, a 3-3 ball game as the season has just gotten started here in Chillicothe. You're listening and watching on Mudcats TV to Mudcat Baseball here on KCHI.
Adventure goes a long way. How far does a lot go? How about Montana or the Caribbean? You can tell us when you get there. If you win the Missouri Lottery's second chance of a lifetime promotion, it could turn any ticket into one of 2 unforgettable adventures. A voyage on your own private yacht with a personal chef, or fishing with a master outdoorsman while a crew films your catch. Now, every ticket lets you enter to win at molottery.com and gives back to education. So play it forward with the Missouri Lottery.
There's really only one steak place that has the best steak. The most tender, most flavorful, mouth-watering steak. A place that makes the choice to serve you the best choice. Because we believe there really is no other choice. Introducing Hy-Vee Choice Reserve. Premium, hand-selected, 100% natural beef. Hy-Vee Choice Reserve. Because our choice is your best choice.
For 50 years, Midwest Gloves and Gear has been growing with you. Since its beginning in 1962, Midwest product lines have grown to include work gloves, garden gloves and gear, kids gloves and accessories, and much more. In fact, Midwest Gloves and Gear prides itself in being the largest manufacturer of American-made gloves. Midwest Gloves and Gear is also the exclusive provider of Disney and Nickelodeon kids gloves and gear, featuring all your favorite characters. For 50 years and many more, Midwest is growing with you.
So guy batting 8th in the Mudcat order. Here's the first pitch from Weetham, and it is in there for a strike. So guy didn't want any part of it. So guy the lefty. So righty versus lefty matchup. The 0-1 chopped right down the first base slide. Having trouble with it is Schultz, and he will easily step on first base after he scooped it back up. Very similar to play to what we saw in the top of the first inning. Hard grounder, he kept it in front of him as it bounced off the top of his glove. So that'll be a ground out
the catcher
for
from
Sugati.
High School, number 2, Stephen Cooper.
Stephen Cooper draws plenty of applause here in Chillicothe as he will bat. He's batting in the 9th spot tonight, wearing number 2 for the Mudcats. It's a pretty good walk-up song as well. So let's see what he can do. Righty on righty matchup against Weetham. First pitch to Cooper. Cooper eyes it in there for a strike. He followed it all the way. Strike 1 taken. Talked about Cooper coming off his senior year for the Chillicothe High School Hornets as he will swing at a late pitch. It's in foul territory down the first base line. It is just over the wall as Luke Schultz, Jared Nealon, and Ethan Bell all ran after that one. So he'll have new life at the plate on an 0-2 count. So everybody will return to their positions. Again, a 3-3 ball game here. We're in the bottom of the second inning here at Schaefer Park. Opening night for the Mudcats. happy to have you with us, and for those at the game, happy to have a great crowd on hand tonight. Hope to see many more crowds like this throughout the season. 5-game home stretch to start the year. The 0-2 to Cooper. Swung on past the pitcher. It bounces to the second baseman. Dips out of his glove. Cooper's going to be in there in time. The throw is away, but Cooper doesn't want any part of it as he will stop at first base. And Cooper showing a lot of speed on that one as the ball bounced in the grass once as second baseman Ethan Bell had trouble with it. Bounced off the top of his glove and to his right. And the throw was way offline from Tyler Reitz, the shortstop. So Cooper is aboard, and that will be an error on the second baseman Ethan Bell. So the Mudcats again making noise with 1 out. So Dane Fujinaka.
Hey, I found a 10x10x6 kennel for $150.
Or excuse me, rather, Corbin Williams is up
That lady said
as
that
this
they
ball
decided
is
to keep that
fouled off
ball.
into the stands.
But I didn't know if we still wanted it so we could leave Bella out and she wouldn't have to be chained up. Just in case we happen to get another dog. Okay. It's in Brookfield, so we'll have to go get it.
So you like it so far? Yeah, it's pretty fun.
So the 0-1 home.
Alright, well then I'll tell her that we want it.
Yeah, Fish is battle to get you down there.
Ball's in the dirt. Be a 1-1 count out of Williams.
Alright, bye.
Weetham taking his time on the 1-1. Next pitch up high. So 2-1 count. So Williams 1 for 1 today with a single. As he showed bunt in his first at bat, and he was able to reach first with his speed. He'll swing at this next one. It's in the air towards center field. Coming in on it, Chris Combs. He will make the grab as he took about 5 steps in front of him. And that'll be a fly out from Corbin Williams. Stephen Cooper will have to stay on first base.
The third baseman, Todd Zinnigy.
So Todd Zinnigy, who's already made a lot of noise tonight, he'll be in next. He'll have 2 outs and a runner on first base. So with 2 out, a 3-3 ball game. Zinnigy, the third baseman, who singled up the middle in his first at bat off of Weetham. He takes a look at the first one. It's inside, a breaking ball. It'll be a 1-0 count. Weetham on the mound smiling right now. Gets the count he wants.
They still giving him away, though?
Yes.
There's the 1-0 pitch. Swung on big time by Zinnigy, and he missed it low. Yeah, 1-1 count. Stephen Cooper still standing on at first base. 2 hits in the ball game for both teams, just 2 errors charged to the Bandits. Seen a lot of players with maybe trying to shake off the nerves, as a lot of ground balls have come out of their gloves on what normally should be routine plays. The 1-1 is a breaking ball, missing up high.
We might do something.
Zinnigy wanted none of it as he got out of the way.
Hey, we might come back.
It'll be a 2-1 count.
We got short notice on it.
Yeah.
As Muddy has joined us here in the press box. Mascot for the Mudcats. 2 balls, 1 strike from Weetham. He looks at first. Now they'll throw home Zinnigy, a big swing and a miss again. Making it a 2-2 count. So Weetham will be working his 32nd pitch this inning. In comparison, Kearns is already at 49 on the game. Two balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs, runner on at first for the Mudcats. We're in the bottom of the second inning. Here's the pitch, and Zinnigy swings at another one, and he'll miss low again. And that'll do it for the bottom of the second. So we'll move to the top of the third. One runner left on base for the Mudcats on one hit as well. Or no hits, rather. They leave one aboard. Your score after two, 3-3. You're watching baseball. You're watching Mudcats baseball on Mudcats TV and listening to Mudcats baseball on KCHI.
Meadville, T-Rubber, and the pride of Chillicothe and Barnes-Baker Motors, T-Race. What are they going to do?
All right, well, we're going to see how many push-ups you guys can do in 1 minute. That's right. The winner gets a 1-month membership to Anytime Fitness. The runner-up gets a T-shirt.
All right, on your marks. You got to watch. No, you don't have a watch. You got to watch to time them. All right, in 3, 2, 1, go. Take out the papers and the trash. I was going to show them how to do a push-up, but there wasn't time, unfortunately. All right, come on, cheer them on. Where's the Meadville fans at? Give them some love. Where's the Chillicothe fans? Give Trey some love. – 15 seconds. Come on. Give them some cheering. All right. And 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Time's up. All right. How many did he have?
56.
56 for Mr. Trevor. And over here?
42.
42, 56. Meadville wins. We got some prizes for both of you. Got some prizes from the Mudcats as well. Good job, guys. Don't worry, Trace, I won't tell Coach Willard.
Game tonight, get out to one of these games because they're having a lot of fun with the fans, a lot of promotions and stuff. So again, couldn't recommend a better atmosphere for watching some good summer baseball here at Schaefer Park. 3-3 ball game into the top of the third. 3 runs were scored by the Mudcats in the bottom of the first, and then the Bandits answered right back in the top of the second with 3 runs in themselves. They loaded the bases up with no outs before the Mudcats were able to escape, but not before yielding the tying score. So we'll wait on the Mudcat catcher, Stephen Cooper, as we have a new pitcher in now for the Mudcats. It's going to be number, who we got there, 29?
Hey.
Let's see. Trying to get the number on that. As the first pitch is swung on to the batter, and he will make the out at first base. Third baseman, rather, Todd Zindige with the grab.
The right fielder, Jared Nealon. Now batting for the Bandits, the designated hitter, Wes Snyder.
Is it 29?
So Alex Cross will now be pitching for the Mudcats.
Your attention, please. Now on the mound for the Mudcats, number 29, Alex Cross.
So Nealon will ground out. We'll reset things for you. Nealon will ground out for 1 out. First pitch swinging is Wes Snyder. Snyder, who's 0 for 1 today with a flyout. And here's the 0-1 from Cross, and it's up high. Make it a 1-1 count. This ball is in the air, in foul territory in left field. That will fall before Derek Nakasuto is able to get over there and get a hold of it. The ball had some velocity to it. So a 1-2 count at home for Snyder. Yeah, as Nakasuto will take his time getting back, retrieving that foul ball. It's now Cross facing a 1-2 count at home to Wes Snyder. Here's the 1-2. This ball in the air to shallow left field as well. Coming on in is Nakasuto. Who's going to get it? In the shortstop, Al Robbins will chase it down on the back end. Kind of had to cradle that ball as it nearly popped out of his glove. Great play there by Al Robbins, the shortstop, for the second out of the inning. For the Bandits. That'll bring up Chris Combs. He's 1 for 1 today with a single. Singled up the middle. That one just got by Austin Kearns, who was pitching at the time. Now it's Alex Cross's turn. And with 2 out, the first pitch is inside.
The Mudcats are selling 50-50 raffle
or
tickets.
ball
You
1.
can buy your ticket, stick around, and we'll announce the winner.
Alex Cross has a bit of a slow wind-up. A lot of power, though. As he really leans back, and then he'll really emphasize the throw. The 1-0 missing. So 2-0 count. 2-0 count in the dirt, and that is just a foul ball down the third base line, as it had just popped on the left side of the bag. So 2-1 count. It will remain for Combs. Again, 2 out, nobody on base in a 3-3 ball game. We're in the top of the third inning.
Is he from Trenton, Doug? Yeah, he's living in Trenton now. Yeah. His folks have moved back. Okay.
Alex Cross.
Yeah.
Alex Cross, the 5'10 righty, 190 pounds. Here's the 2-1. Just inside.
His grandfather.
That's a 3-1 count. He's a junior from Nevada, Iowa. There is a Nevada, Missouri. This one's Nevada, Iowa. This ball in the ground towards the third baseman, Todd Zinnigy. He'll make the scoop, and he will make the throw just in time as Combs hustled down the first base line. But that's going to do it here for the top of the third inning. No runs, no hits, and nobody left on base for the Bandits. We'll head to the bottom of the third. It's a 3-3 ball game. You're listening to Baseball on KCHI.
Manufacturing filtration solutions for a cleaner, quieter world. Donaldson Company opened their doors in 1915. Today, Donaldson Company is a worldwide corporation with 11 locations in the United States and in 44 countries around the world. A part of Chillicothe since 1959, Donaldson's filtration products improve performance of equipment around the world. You won't always see them, but you can breathe easier knowing they're everywhere. Good luck, Mudcats, from Donaldson Company of Chillicothe.
With the Spooner Bandits of Wisconsin, I'm Josh Sowers. Happy to have you with us here on KCHI, also on Mudcats TV. So if you're at home right now listening to the radio and you've got an internet connection or a computer next to you, you can log on and actually watch the game tonight. Got a really good setup, a couple cameras, about 3 of them actually. It's a good production we've got here this year, brand new this year as well. Glad to be doing the simulcast. 3-3 ball game. Jared Hahn will step in now for the Bandits. Hahn was walked in his first at bat. Hahn, the right fielder for the Mudcats. Here's the first pitch from Weetham. It's going to be down the middle for a strike. Showed a little curve on it in the end. Oh, 1 count at the plate. Ball in the air to left field. It's dropping quickly and unable to get to it in foul territory. It's a fair ball, rather. And Jared Hahn was already past first base by the time that ball fell to the ground. Left fielder Michael Johnson tried to make a play on it right on the foul line in left field. Just couldn't quite get to it as it bounced just short of his glove. So Jared Hahn with a double for the third Mudcat hit of the game. And with nobody aboard, Al Robbins will have an excellent chance Make some more noise for the Mudcats.
The shortstop, number 21, Al Robbins.
Al Robbins grounded out in his first at-bat to the first base. Luke Schultz stands tall over there. In righty versus lefty matchup, Weetham versus Robbins. First one swinging, and again, off Robbins' foot. Second time he's done that tonight. That'll be a first pitch foul. Michael Midashevsky is on deck for the Mudcats. 0-1 count at the plate as Robbins will readjust his gloves and get a little more comfortable. Move some dirt around for his feet. Weetham finally gets the count he wants from catcher Zach Cranston. Here's the 0-1 and swung on just off the end of the bat, and it'll just roll foul. There's a perfect example of the ball getting in that grass and just stopping. Thick lawn here at Schaefer Park, at least the infield rather. Looks beautiful though. They've done a really good job with it. So Robbins will get another chance. Have an 0-2 count though. And again, Hahn standing tall at second base. 3-3 ball game. We're in the bottom of the third inning. Opening night here at Schaefer Park. 0-2. Well, blooper into shallow center field. That's going to fall for a base hit. Hahn is going to be held up at third base, and trying to get to second, and getting to second will be Al Robbins. Excellent play by these Mudcats. That was a perfectly well hit ball by Al Robbins. Just blooped it right over the second baseman, Ethan Bell. And that moved Hahn to third base. Having to be held up, though, as Combs came in and had a pretty good throw.
The designated hitter, number 12, Michael Midashevsky.
So Midashevsky will come in. Midashevsky has reached base already today via error by third baseman Tyler Francis. He'll have runners at second and third base with no out. And the first pitch is in there for a fastball strike from Weetham. So Mudcats with no outs. They're deadlocked at 3 right now. They'll try to take the lead once again with a perfect opportunity to bring a couple guys home is Midashevsky. Big swing at this one. He swung late. It's in the air, drifting foul into first base out. Unable to make the grab is Jared Nealon. The right fielder took a hard hit into the wall, but he is okay. He was able to spin out of it before he was going full throttle into the wall. So he's okay, and everybody will reset themselves. Midashevsky will have new life at the plate, and he will have an 0-2 count. Robbins, of course, staying at second base. Bell, of course, or Hahn, rather, staying at third base. Only a few golden seats left here at Schaefer Park. A lot of people have come out to watch some good baseball tonight. They're seeing a good one so far. We're still early in the game, in the bottom of the third inning. 4 hits now for the Mudcats. 0-2 count to Midashevsky, and he will look at it. And this one is outside. A breaking ball from Weetham. It'll be a 1-2 count. Now the 1-2 home. This one curved in low. Nice patience there from Midashevsky. 2-2 count. Midashevsky, the freshman from Dexter, Michigan, and he'll swing at this one into the net. That'll fall right into the golden box seats on the first base side for a free baseball. This will be Weetham's 43rd pitch of the game. Midashevsky, a part of the Eastern Michigan Eagles. They were 19-34 this year in the Mid-American Conference, the MAC. He'll swing at another one. This one's fouled off, this time to the third base side. So Midashevsky's making Weetham work for it. Still facing a 2-2 count. Midashevsky in 2012 was a member of the Eastern Michigan football team. Played football, basketball, and baseball back in high school. Ground ball right to Weetham. The runners will have to hold. He will hold it, and he will throw to first to have the force out of Midashevsky. Unlucky there for the DH. As the ball bounced off the grass and right into the glove of Weetham at center, or at pitcher, rather. So a 1-3 play. And now that'll bring up Anthony Bayes. He's 0 for 1 today with a foul out right at the first base. Popped it up in the air. As the first pitch will miss outside a 1-0 count. Bayes bats left. So righty versus lefty matchup. Batter preferred. There's the 1-0. Ball's in the air. Again, shallow left center field. Who's going to come on and make the grab? That will be the shortstop, Tyler Reitz. And nice fake tag by Jared Hahn at third base. So nobody moves. Again, on the fly, it is now from no outs with runners at second and third base, now to 2 outs with still runners at second and third base. So Nakasato, the left fielder, and runners in scoring position at second and third. He's 0 for 1 today with a strikeout. Weetham approaching the 50 pitch mark. He's at 46 right now. This will be 47. And the 47th pitch is outside a 1-0 count. Weetham taking his time on the mound. Looks at third, looks at second. Now he'll throw home. This ball in play. That's going to fall for a base hit. Hahn will score from third base. Here comes Robbins rounding third. He will score easily. Clutch 2 RBI base hit by Derek Nakasuto has made the Mudcats a 5-3 lead now here in the bottom of the third. Great play there by Nakasuto, putting the ball right in the sweet spot in left center field. So he'll stand tall at first base.
The second baseman, number 22, Ren Sugai.
So Ren Sugai with 2 outs. He'll have Nakasuto on at first base. A 5-3 lead now for the Mudcats on their 5th hit of the ball game, and it was a big one. Two outs. First pitch from Weetham. Catching the inside part of the plate. Sugai looked at it. Be an 0-1 count. Nakasuto about a 2-step lead off from first, now a 3. Weetham will, taking his time, now he'll throw home. This ball put in play, that's going to fall for a base hit, shooting the gap in right field. And Ren Sugai will be on the board for his first base hit of the season as a Mudcat. That'll advance Nakasuto to second base. There's a couple big 2-out hits here for the Mudcats. That one just getting past Ethan Bell, the second baseman, that moved to his left.
The catcher, number 2, Stephen Cooper.
Stephen Cooper, hometown hero, will draw applause. And he'll have runners on first and second base. Cooper's first pitch is just inside. Kind of stepped out of the way of it. So 1-0 count. Nakasuto at second base. Sugai at first base. in 2 outs. A 5-3 lead for the Mudcats. We're in the bottom of the third. Cooper looks at another one. It's low. Another fastball. Making it a 2-0 count. Still a lot of daylight left here in the night. Sun has almost set to the west. 2-0. Way inside and a little high as well. And they're going to say it actually hit Cooper. That'll load the bases up for the Mudcats. So now with the bases loaded, that's going to bring up Corbin Williams again.
The center fielder, Corbin Williams.
We'll flip the lineup over. Corbin Williams, he's 1 for 2 today. A bunt single in his first at bat and flied out to shallow left field in his second at bat. He'll have the bases loaded with 2 outs. First pitch, he looks at it. That's a fastball from Weetham for strike 1. Nakasuto stands at third, Sugai at second base, and Cooper at first base. Opportunity here for Williams to put some damage on the Bandits. It's already a 5-3 lead. Ball's going to get away. Here comes Nakasuto from third. He's going to score easily, and everybody will move on to their next base. And the Mudcats now lead 6-3 over the Spooner Bandits. Now a 1-1 count remaining on him. Here's the ball. Corbin Williams puts the ball towards left center field. Going back on it, will make the grab is Chris Combs. So the Mudcats break open for 3 runs here in the bottom of the third inning. They've got 6 runs, 6 hits, no errors, 3 runs, 2 hits, 2 errors for the Bandits. 6-3 lead for the Mudcats. You're listening to Mudcat Baseball here on KCHI.
Oil change. Okay, this first one's for the home plate bleachers here. Who here has a pocket comb? Pocket comb. Hold it up. Hold it up. Got to see it. Got to see it. There we go. All right, you win an oil change from Barnes Baker Motors. All right, we got one more here. We got one more here for home base. How about a fingernail file or clippers? Fingernail clippers or fingernail file? No one cares about cuticles. Saw one over here. All right, let's go to the first base. And Alex there. First one that can show Alex a pen or a pencil. First base, pen or a pencil wins. Right in front, a Barnes Baker alignment. All right, over in third base, real quickly. Taylor. Show Taylor a car key. Car key, real quick. Hold up a car key. There we go. You win an alignment. See, I knew y'all were sleeping, so I made it easy over here. Give Barnes Baker, tonight's corporate sponsor, a round of applause for hooking us up.
Well, Brent, tell us why you're here tonight and what you got going on. I know it's a corporate sponsored event, so tell us what you do for them.
Barnes Baker Motors sponsors the Mudcats every year, and we had the opening night for the last several seasons, actually. Really, we're glad to do it. It's a really good fun time in the summertime to come out and sit in the ballpark and watch a ball game, and these guys play hard, and that makes it fun.
Taking a look at a pinch hitter now for the Bandits, as first pitch is going to be in the dirt for a ball. How many years you been coming out here to the ballpark?
I think this is my 5th year. Barnes Baker Motors has been sponsoring the Mudcats since its founding. I'm not sure how many years that's been. It's been several.
I'm new to the town, really, in Chillicothe, and so far it's been a pretty wonderful town. For anybody coming into town, new to town, anything specific you want to tell them about your company and whatnot?
Well, we sell Chevrolet, Buick, and GMC vehicles. We keep a pretty good inventory, good supply. Got a service department body shop.
Schultz will put one in play in center field. That'll drop for a base hit, so the Spooner Bandits will have a runner on at first base. Now, we saw a Corvette on the field in the pregame. Were you driving that thing?
No. Actually, I think it was Camaro.
Oh, it was a Camaro. Excuse me. I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
Camaro convertible.
I'm sorry. Do you wish you were driving that thing?
Yeah. They run well. I worry about speeding tickets.
Oh, yeah, of course. Yeah, of course.
But, yeah, it's hard to keep your foot out of them.
Yeah, I've noticed the 25-mile-an-hour limit here through town, so you gotta keep that lead foot off as much as you can. Here's a strike one to Ethan Bell as he'll step in for the Bandits. But I think you'd agree, great crowd on here tonight.
It's a good opening night crowd. You know, the weather looked a little scary there earlier in the afternoon, but the rain's held off, and it's a great crowd.
Where are you sitting out here tonight? Where are you popping around?
I've been standing.
Okay, there you go.
We've seen a lot of customers, a lot of friends, and I just kind of mill through the crowd.
It's got to look important, you know. Got to look good first.
I just like to visit with the people.
Ethan Bell goes down swinging from Alex Cross. That's Cross's first strikeout of the evening. He goes down swinging. So now with one out, the Bandits will still have a runner on at first base.
The third baseman, Tyler Francis.
It's going to bring up Tyler Francis, the third baseman. You ever play much baseball?
Played a little. Give that up though when I got out of high school and went to softball.
Okay, yeah. That's kind of where I'm at right now. I'm doing the old softball thing as well. So couldn't make it on the professional league, but you know, maybe do a beer league, something like that. You know. Throw back to the first from Cross to Anthony Bayes. They'll keep the runner in check. It is a strike 0-1 count at the plate. And I've just been told it's your birthday today.
It is my birthday.
Well, happy birthday from all of us here at the ballpark in KCHI, and I think you're doing it pretty good spending your birthday here at the ballpark.
Well, as you get older, you quit counting, so I'm at that point.
I'm not going to ask you if you like. If you're more than willing to say it, I'm not going to ask you if you don't need me to.
I'm 54 today. So.
Oh, you don't look it. You don't look it.
I think people always tell you that on your birthday.
It's the best birthday present you could ask for.
Yeah, it really is.
1-1 count. Cross will get the count. So runner on at first base. 6-3 ball game. The 1-1 in and out of the glove of Cooper, but it is in there for a strike, making it a 2-1 count.
I can't see his hands.
As we undo it. Going to be at many games this year?
Yeah, I try to catch several games. You know, we've got a lot of other stuff going on, and some nights we're at the store late. But yeah, I try to catch several games during the summer, and we've got employees at Barnes Baker that's involved in the Mudcats organization on the board, and pretty active, and so we've always got representation out here at about every game.
If the 2-1 go by, check swing, it's down the first base line. It's a foul ball as Schultz was running on the play, so he'll return to first base. Unlucky break there for the Bandits, so it will remain a 2-2 count at home via the foul ball. Well, if anybody's in the market for a new car, kind of what are y'all's hours and when's the best time to go get one from y'all?
Well, we're there from 8 in the morning till 6 in the evening or later. We've got some of the greatest rebates going on right now that I've seen in years on new stuff. We've got a lot of new great product, new Chevy truck, GMC truck, and of course the 2015 Tahoe and Yukon Denali, which is really getting a lot of publicity. We're selling several of them. Really neat new SUV. Of course, Chevrolet, GM has dominated that market, that size SUV market for years, and this new model has really been a hit.
Have you, as we see Tyler Francis strike out, Cross will get his second out of the inning. Have you driven the new Tahoes, the new trucks? How you feeling about those?
I think they're a great vehicle, and the truck was the North American Truck of the Year. The Tahoe, of course, 15 model. We'll see the awards it gets later on, and I'm sure it will get several awards because it wasn't just a redo on the outside shell of that vehicle. They really did some great things. Seating's much better, controls. It's just a great vehicle.
Cross through to first base a couple times. Now we finally look home, and he will throw to Cranston, who's up now. Cranston's Not with an official at bat today. He was walked in his first one. Of course, Cranston listed on the roster wearing number 4, but he's wearing 15 jersey 9. He'll see an 0-1 count now after a fastball from Alex Cross. Well, Brent, I won't take too much of your time up. We appreciate you coming on and whatnot. Thanks for giving the people at home they're looking for a new car, a little good advice, and hope they come to see you in the next few weeks.
I appreciate it.
Well, happy birthday again. Thank you for coming on. Have a good one and enjoy the ball game. That's Brent Myatt coming on to talk as we'll get back to the game. Bandits, we're in the top of the 4th inning. 6-3 ball game. Mudcats in charge. 6-3 runs scored, 6-3 hits as well. Only abnormally is 2 errors for the Bandits. Cross, though, again, throw back to first base. Oh-2 count at home for Cranston. Oh-2 is high this time as he throws home. It's a 1-2 now. Fan in a Red Sox sweatshirt out here. Been told this is Cardinals and Royals country. More Royals. More Royals than Cardinals, from what I'm told here in the press box.
Taking a beating.
2-2 count.
I went to a Royals game once. I made it in for the last inning. That's how fun it was.
2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Runner on first base for the Bandits. As Cross will step off the mound and take his time. Cranston will reset at the plate. Cross is trying to get this top of the 4th wrapped up. As we're approaching the hour-and-a-half mark in the ball game. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Or excuse me, 2-2 now. 2-2 in there for a strike. Cranston knew it as Cooper picked it from his glove. That's going to be the way the inning ends in the top of the 4th. 6-3 is your score. Bandits strand 1 at first base. 6-3 score. You're listening and watching Mudcats Baseball on Mudcats TV and on KCHI.
Chillicothe. Does your deck look faded and worn? Does that fence look a little tired? Visit Pat Thorne Lumber today and check out all of our sickened stains and sealers to revitalize the outdoor experience of your home. Let the professionals at Pat Thorne Lumber help you get the right products for the restoration and protection of your deck or fence. If you're considering the construction of a new deck or fence, we have everything you'll need for that project from start to finish. Pat Thorne Lumber in Chillicothe, where better building begins.
Or Diet Pepsi?
Sofia Vergara. This is my Diet Pepsi. I love drinking Diet Pepsi.
Well, you know what they say. If you love something, let it go. And if it comes back, it was meant to be.
Would you hold my Diet Pepsi for me?
I'd love to. Now leave. It can't come back to you if you're standing next to it. The only thing better than an ice-cold Diet Pepsi is a free ice-cold Diet Pepsi.
Love every sip at dietpepsi.com.
Pepsi-Cola Dr. Pepper Bottling Company of Chillicothe. Nutrition.
Free. Pretty good steal. And of course, listen to us free online at kchi.com. All games streamed online as well. So we'll move to the bottom of the 4th. Mudcats lead 6-3 on 6 hits. 3 runs put up by the Bandits. They've got 3 hits as well with 2 errors. They're going to, I'm sure, want a quiet inning after the Mudcats put up 3 runs in the bottom of the 1st, put up a goose egg in the bottom of the 2nd, and then once again putting up 3 runs in the bottom of the 3rd inning. We'll start things off with Todd Zinnigy, the 3rd baseman. He's 1 for 2 today with a single up the middle, just to the right side of the second base, and struck out in his 2nd at bat.
Leading off for the Mudcats, the 3rd baseman, Todd Zinnigy.
We'll get things started. Cranston, the catcher, he'll sit down, and Weetham still on the mound. First pitch is Senegi swinging right into the glove of Weetham, and he will take his time over to first base with an underhand throw to first baseman Luke Schultz. That'll be the first out of the inning. So Schultz, first pitch swinging, will ground out to the catcher.
The right fielder, number 5, Jared Hahn.
Bring up Jared Hahn, who scored in the last inning after he was able to get aboard off from a double. So 1-3 out for Zenigi. And now Hahn, who's been productive today, with a double on the left field line and then a walk. First pitch swing, ball in the air. It's trailing foul down the first base side. A lot of power on it, and that one hit into a few cars out there. So if anybody goes scrambling after their car, we know who that ball may have hit.
There's a wasp in here.
There's a wasp in the press box right now. So if something happens, we know what's going on then, for you listeners at home. The 0-1 count is in there just outside. Make it a 1-ball, 1 strike.
It is not funny. I will swell up like nobody's business. Shut up.
And Wasp creeping ever closer here to the broadcaster. He's fine. 1-1 count, ball swinging in the air. It's popped up and it's going to go out of play behind us, the press box. This press box located on the third base side of Schaefer Park. Pretty much right down first base line, depending on what seat you're sitting in.
Look, it's getting ready to sting. It's going to sting together.
So it'll be a 1-2 count with an out. On swinging at this one. This one's in the air towards shallow left field. It's going to drop in for third baseman. Oh, and he drops the ball. Tyler Francis misjudged it, and it came right out of his glove. And reaching aboard via error is going to be Hahn. When the ball first left the bat, it looked like it was going to go into pretty deep left field, but the ball stopped. And Tyler Francis, unfortunately, just misjudging it.
The shortstop,
that'll be the third error
Al Robbins
for the Bandits.
Just pissed it off. You pissed it off this week. Probably. Get it. Hurry.
Saw Zach Cranston go out to the mound briefly to talk to Pat Weetham. So Al Robbins will come in. Robbins is 1 for 2. Singled up the middle in his last at bat. He'll swing at this one. This ball is going deep to left field, and going back on it is Michael Johnson. He takes about 7 steps back, and he will make the grab as Hahn will return to first base. So Robbins showing a little power there, but left fielder Michael Johnson had it played very well.
The designated hitter, Michael Midashevsky.
So Midashevsky will come in. Midashevsky 0 for 2 today. It did reach via error. His first at bat. That was also by Tyler Francis. Francis with 2 errors today. First pitch, ground ball to Francis. And he can't scoop it up either, and that's going to be the second error on Francis of the inning, third one of the game. Francis moseyed his way over to the ball. It was hit right in the gap, but it got in the grass, and it was a really slow hit.
Anthony Vegas.
And it just couldn't quite scoop it up out of his glove, and we saw Tyler Reitz, the shortstop, have to handle the business. But nevertheless, runners on first and second with 2 out for the Mudcats. Rough inning for Tyler Francis, the third baseman. So now that'll bring up Anthony Bias. First pitch swinging back into the net. That'll be an 0-1 count. 2 outs in the inning for the Mudcats. They control 6-3 lead. Relatively quiet inning until 2 outs appeared on the board. Now Mudcats are making noise. Runners on first and second. Bias the 0-1, big swing and a miss. Missed underneath it. This will be an 0-2 count. Bias, where's number 24 for the Mudcats? Junior from Louisville, Kentucky. Averaged .327 last year from Murray State. The Racers had 65 hits and 199 at-bats. They have 3 home runs as well. Does have some power. And he'll swing at this one. It's back into the netting. Actually over the netting in foul territory. So Weetham is getting his pitch count up. This next one will be the 66th of the evening. No balls, 2 strikes. Runners on first and second. With 2 out. Mudcats with a 6-3 lead over the Bandits. Pitch from Weetham, grounded ball into the dirt, and it's going to get past everybody, and scoring is Hahn from second. We had to wait for it to happen, as Michael Midashevsky had to wait on that ball to get past him before he could run, and every one of those right side infielders had to go after it. Schultz couldn't get to it, Bell couldn't get to it, and finally Nealon got to it, but that ball really died down in the grass. And Hahn was able to get around third base and score for the Mudcats. So the Mudcats lead 7-3 now over the Bandits. All of this coming with 2 outs. So now runners again on first and second with 2 outs. That's going to bring up Nakasuto. He's 1 for 2 today with a single. And a strikeout as well. First pitch swinging down the first base side and just on the foul side of the bag. So we'll keep it at home, an 0-1 count. So runners will return. Midashevsky now at second base. Anthony Bayes at first base. Weetham still pitching. As day is becoming night here in Chillicothe. Good to have you with us on my inaugural broadcast of the year. Hope everybody's enjoying it. The 0-1 pitch is fouled off into the right side dirt, foul. Making an 0-2 count. Mudcats 7 hits, 7 runs. No errors. Tyler Francis has 2 errors in this inning. He's got 3 total for the game, the Spooner third baseman. 4 total errors for the Bandits, as they're trying to avoid an 0-4 start to their year. Weetham taking his time. Now here's the 0-2 thrown home. Big reach and swing and a miss from Nakasuto, and that's going to finally end the inning for the Mudcats, but not before doing damage, all with 2 outs, scoring another run to make the lead 7-3 in favor of the home team. A 7-3 lead. You're listening and watching to Mudcats Baseball on Mudcats TV and on KCHI.
Everyone grab those red tickets.
To give away the Hy-Vee seats to the Royals versus the Yankees game with Derek Jeter's last game at the K. All right, we're going to have Chris from Hy-Vee draw, and he is not available. We're going to have Muddy draw, but let's face it, Taylor the intern's better looking than Muddy. All right, Taylor, reach in there. I'm not holding it too high, am I? All right, and turn it over, just read the number, because I don't have my glasses. Turn it over and read the number.
324825.
384235. Who's 38? Who's got it? Who's got it? Over here? You're gonna make me walk all the way over here? Good. I need my exercise. All right. Come on down real quick. Come on down here. Because my microphone won't reach quite that high. Congratulations, you're the winner, and what's your name, where are you from?
Shannon, Chillicothe.
All right, congratulations, Shannon. We'll get your tickets here in just a moment. One thing I forgot. All right, let's play some ball. Any Mudcat fans in the stands? Let's make some noise for them.
Leading off the Bandit fifth, the left fielder, Michael Johnson. Shortstop, Tyler Wright.
There's the 1-0 count. Inside, Reitz gets out of the way of it. Get a 2-0 count. There was one Mudcat pitcher kind of getting himself warmed up in towards the dugout area. Doing a little stretching exercise. 2-0 swung on and missed by Reitz. This will be a 2-1 count as Cross tries to fight back to the lefty Reitz. 2-1, swing and a miss, and now 2-2, and Cross has fought back. Talking about Cross, he's 5'10" righty, 190 pounds. Next pitch up high, so we'll have another full count. 3-2 to Reitz. Cross, a junior from Northwest Missouri State. They're in the Mid-America Intercollegiate, and this next pitch is fouled off. They went 23-23 this year, 17-20 in conference. No stats for Cross, though, this past year. Three balls, 2 strikes at the plate. A 7-3 ball game for the Mudcats. They're in control. We're in the top of the 5th inning. Cross just missing inside to Reitz, and that will be ball 4.
The right fielder, Jared Nealon.
So Jared Nealon, the right fielder, he'll step in now. 0 for 1 tonight. Was issued a walk and then grounded out to Todd Zinnigy, the third baseman, in his previous at-bat. Wally Marciel, the temporary coach for the Mudcats, before Team Mitchell gets here. They're still hanging out in Kansas, as they're still playing on. Ian James, another assistant, he's here tonight. And again, Cross continuing to throw to first base, keeping Reitz in check. Reitz, perhaps the shortest bandit on the team, but he has shown some speed tonight. He gets about a 3-step lead off from first. Make it 4 now. And Cross will throw home. It's in there for a strike on Jared Nealon. Be an 0-1 count. Anthony Baez, the first baseman, he's staying put for now as Cross continues to glance over his left shoulder. He'll throw home this time on the 0-1. Breaking ball just missing down low. It'll be a 1-1 count. Not many seats left in this place. And this ball is put into play in right center field. That ball is going back to the wall. Reitz is going to score from third base. Nealon is going to have himself an easy triple. He'll slide in the dirt just to be safe. Nealon triples towards the right center wall. And Reitz scores from first base. And all of a sudden the lead is now 7-4. Mudcats still in control. That was a sharp hit ball towards right center field. Put it right in the perfect spot Nealon did. So all of a sudden, it's 7-4. It's going to bring up Wes Snyder, the lefty who wears 19. He'll have Nealon on at third base with just one out. So 1 run in the 5th inning so far for the Bandits. He'll swing at the first one and miss on a sinker. Still plenty of time for the Bandits. It's just 7-4 ball game, just down 3 runs. And we're in the top of the 5th inning. Next pitch catching the outside part of the plate to Snyder. Will be an 0-2 count. Cross is trying to find his groove. The 0-2. Swung on, fouled back into the net. Backstop, rather. Cross working his 39th pitch of the game. 0-2 at home. Ball's in the dirt. Here comes Nealon from third base. The play not in time as Cross dropped the ball at the plate as Nealon came sliding in. Cross tried to slide as well. The ball just came out of his glove. It was going to be close anyway. Looked like Nealon would have been safe. But good effort by Cross on the wild pitch. And now all of a sudden it's 7-5. As the Bandits have put up Dose on the board in the top of the 5th. So Snyder will stay at the plate. It's a 1-2 count. And again, he's 0 for 2 tonight. But now with nobody on base. Cross will throw. Check swing. He does not go around. It'll be a 2-2 count. So the Bandits are trying to keep things interesting, and so far they have. They were down 7-3 at the start of this inning. Now it's a 7-5 ball game. And this ball also getting away from Cooper as Cross threw it in the dirt at home plate. So now a 3-2 count. Cross taking his time. He'll get set. Snyder gets in position. Here's the 3-2. Inside, and Snyder has walked. He'll have an easy trot over to first base. And still just 1 out here in the top of the 5th for the Bandits.
The center fielder, Chris Combs.
As Chris Combs will step in. Combs comes in 1 for 2 with a single and a ground out. Combs, the center fielder from Kalispell, Montana. The big country. Wearing number 6 for the Bandits. Only meeting of the year between these two teams. First pitch fouled off into the netting on the right side, and that'll fall just behind the Bandit dugout. Be in there for strike 1. Oh, 1 low. Make it a 1-1. Again, mentioned beautiful night here in Missouri. Weird day of storms. They've moved on. No threat of rain anymore, at least from what it looks like. 1-1, fouled off. That's going to be above the netting. And a few fans are going to be watching their cars after that one falls to the ground. 1-2 count at the plate. Combs fighting to stay alive. Snyder on at first base. There's the 1-2. This ball put into play in right center field. That's going to, or right field rather. That's going to drop for a base hit. Just a bloop single. As right fielder Jared Hahn nearly threw it away after he tried to get that ball in. Good backup there by Todd Zenigi. Nevertheless, a base hit for Chris Combs.
The first
A
base
blooper just maybe 10 yards outside the dirt in right field. So that'll advance Snyder. And here comes head coach Ollie Marciel. And we may get a pitching change here. So we'll keep an eye on things. Everybody gonna look at their feet and retie their shoes and take a breath. In the top of the 5th inning, 2 runs scored by the Bandits. It's a 7-5 ball game. Mudcats season opener here at Schaefer Park on a beautiful Friday night. And again, don't forget, we're in action tomorrow night as well when the Mink League does finally heat up. Sedalia comes to town. That game, of course, a 7:05 start. Most home games are a 7:05 start. Sedalia stays in town on Sunday. We will have a new pitcher here for the Mudcats. So Alex Cross is done. So we'll tell you who the new pitcher is. It looks like it's going to be number 15, Josh Guerra is going to come in.
For the Mudcats from St. Edward's University, number 15, Josh Guerra.
Let's tell you a little bit about Josh Guerra, who's come on here in the top of the 5th inning to take things over from Cross. Josh Guerra, he is a righty, 6'3", 175 pounds. Redshirt freshman last year at St. Edward's. That is just inside Austin, Texas. The St. Edward's Hilltoppers. Originally from Littleton, Colorado. Didn't pitch much this year. Just 3 appearances. Put up an 18 ERA. 2 innings pitched, giving up 4 hits, 4 earned runs. Gave up a walk, a strikeout, and 2 doubles in 9 at-bats down there in Texas. This year, St. Edward's, they won the Heartland tournament, and they went on to the NCAA South Central Regional, where they then lost their last 2 games. Nevertheless, a good year. They went 39-16 last year, 22-7 in conference. Not bad. Doesn't matter what conference you're talking about, it's not a bad record. Played 4 years of high school at Dakota Ridge High School in Littleton, Colorado. Named Academic All-Conference his senior year. They won the district championship. They reached the round of the final 8 in the state playoffs that year. So Cooper will return from the mound as they talk things over briefly. Schultz will step in, batting 6th in the order, the first baseman. So Garrett will have a little drama to deal with runners on 1st and 2nd and 1 out. First pitch, fastball right down the middle, and we see the first look at Guerra. That's a real quick pitch. Ball's going to get away, and no play from Cooper as the ball drifted to his left side, stopped in the grass. Runners were already moving. So Snyder will move to 3rd, Combs will move to 2nd, and now all of a sudden the leading run for the Bandits is once again standing at home plate. Next pitch, way high. It'll be a 2-1 count. Schultz 1 for 1. Walk and a single. Next pitch, again inside from Guerra. So a 3-1 count and a pitch away from loading the bases with 1 out for the Bandits. High, and that is a walk. So the Bandits have loaded up the bases rather.
The second baseman, Ethan Bell.
He's going to bring up Ethan Bell. He's 0 for 1. Got a walk and a strikeout. And just like the Bandits did earlier in the game, trailing, they're going to make some more noise with 1 out and the bases are loaded. Last time they had the bases loaded, it was no outs in the top of the second. And they were to bring all 3 of them home before the Mudcats ended the inning. See what Ethan Bell can do here, batting 7th in the order. Gary will step off the mound and reset things. Oh, 1 count at the plate, and here's the next pitch. It's inside, a breaking ball, and it'll be a 1-1 count. Snyder sits at third, Combs at second, Schultz at first. It's a 7-5 ball game. Tying runner standing at second base. Gary looks around. Here's the 1-1. Just catching the inside part of the strike zone with a fastball. It'll be a 1-2 count. Gary trying to hang on, wasting no time. The 1-2, way inside. And Ethan Bell says he was hit, and the umpire agrees with him just on the left elbow. A runner comes home, and all of a sudden it's a 1-run ball game as the Bandits continue to chip away at the lead. 7-6 now the score.
The third baseman, Tyler Francis.
Not what Garrett wanted to do there. Now Combs moves to third. Schultz sits at second. Ethan Bell at first. He's going to bring up Tyler Francis. Ball's way high. Ball gets away from Cooper as he stood up. Runner scores, being Chris Combs. And in the top of the 5th, things have gotten away from the Mudcats. We're all tied up. It's 7 apiece here at Schaefer Park. 2 bad pitches from Garrett, and it has cost the Mudcats 2 runs. All of a sudden, the ambulance siren is turned on. Guerra resets. Next pitch is down low as well, 2-0 count. Francis is 0 for 2 today. In there for ball 3 now. Garrett wasting no time. And it's a 4-pitch walk to Francis. So Garrett having trouble with his command right now. And once again, the bases are loaded for the Bandits, as this one has turned into a pretty good game with the Bandits scoring 4 runs here in a lengthy top of the 5th inning. It's a 7-7 ball game and just 1 out. Here's Cranston, the catcher. Next pitch up high from Guerra. One ball, no strikes. Cranston on the 1-0 looks at it. It's inside. And Guerra really having trouble finding the strike zone. 2-0 count at the plate. He hit a batter to let a run in. And threw a wild pitch to let another runner in. And we will have time called as shortstop Al Robbins comes in. Calm things down for Guerra. Left fielder Derek Nakasuto, hands on his knees right now. Been out there a long time, these Mudcats have. I'm sure they're ready to get back up to bat. 2-0, high as well. Guerra will be working his 17th pitch already. After coming in for Cross. Austin Kern started the game for the Mudcats. If you've just joined us, it's a 7-7 ball game. And the 3-0 is in there for a high strike. Draw some applause for the fans. That'll make Cranston tense up a little bit with a 3-1 count. inside, and Guerra has walked in a run. Spooner Bandits have taken the lead 8-7 on the home team Mudcats. This game getting crazier and crazier. So Ethan Bell moves to third. Tyler Francis sits at second, and Zach Cranston at first now. He's going to bring on the left fielder Michael Johnson. We'll flip the lineup over. Johnson's 0 for 2 today. With a walk, fielder's choice, and a flyout, and he'll see ball 1 from Guerra. Another high pitch. This ball's chopped into the ground towards Guerra. Can't make the play on it. And then first baseman Anthony Bayes couldn't make the play on it either as it sat in the grass.
Would that be an error?
They're going to give an error. To Guerra on the play. I had to wait for the official score. Another run comes in. It's a 9-7 ball game now. And this Mudcats, this is a nightmare inning for the Mudcats. It'll be a 1-0 count at home. To Tyler Reitz. Second time he's batted this inning. He's 0 for 2, but he's got the bases loaded, and again with just 1 out. Six runs have come across for the Bandits in the top of the 5th inning. 1-0, missing outside again, 2-0. Three runs scored, put up in the top of the 2nd by the Bandits. So far 6. And another walk has been issued to Reitz, and that's going to walk in another runner. It's 10-7 now, the score. It's going to bring up Jared Nealon now. And now Coach Wally Marcial. He'll come up to the mound, try to calm things down. Garrett just missing right now. He's throwing hard, but he's just simply missing the plate. 10-7 ball game all of a sudden. A 7-3 lead has turned into a 10-7 lead for the Bandits. That's going to do it for Guerra. So we will have a new pitcher for the Mudcats. And we'll see if we can get a number on him. It's going to be Robert Beltran. Who has decided to choose number 13, as we didn't have a number assigned to him earlier today. So Beltran will come in, and as did Guerra with some drama. He'll have some more drama as well with bases loaded in and 1 out.
Robert Beltran.
So Beltran, let's tell you about him. Lefty, 6'1", 175 pounds, a freshman this year at the from Grand Canyon Antelopes. They're a member of the WAC from El Centro, California. Put up a 1.69 earned run average in 4 appearances. Only pitched in 5 1/3, giving up 4 hits, 1 earned run, 5 walks, 4 strikeouts, and had 2 doubles. Opponents averaged 200 off of him, an batting average of 200 rather. Back in high school, he was first team All-Imperial Valley League. He was also second team All-San Diego section honors. Broke his high school record with 138 strikeouts as a senior. Allowed just 13 runs and 81 innings of work for a 1.12 ERA back in high school in 2013. Did pretty good as a junior in high school as well. 63 strikeouts and a 1.74 earned run average. He knows how to get the job done.
Jared Nealon.
And we'll see what he's made of here. The Mudcats are desperately trying to get out of this inning. Still just one out for the Bandits, and the bases continue to be loaded. For Jared Nealon. Nealon 1 for 2. Triple in his last at bat. That was this inning. He was the second batter of the inning. Now he's still up to bat. He drilled one into right center field. As we see Jared Hahn, the Mudcat right fielder, playing way in. Nealon beat him once. Hopefully they don't beat him again. The 0-1 up high. So 1-1 count to Nealon. Nealon, the right fielder from Pierre, South Dakota. Be a 1-1 count. And here's the pitch. Big swing and a miss by Nealon. Beltran gave him another high one. So a 1-2 count with an out. Cranston at third, Johnson at second, Reitz at first. And now Cooper will walk up to the mound to talk to Beltran. We're watching Baez play really short in first base. We talked about Hahn playing up in right field. Akasuto playing middle left. Not too far back, but he's not too shallow either. And the rest of the infielders pretty much playing in their standard positions. Al Robbins is shaded a bit to his left, shortstop. We'll reset. Here's the 1-2. Chopped foul. That ball gets past the Bandit dugout. They're going to new baseball. And a 1-2 count. This inning is dragged out. Pretty long for the Mudcats. I know they're aware of it. 7 runs scored by the Bandits so far, and they're not done yet. Another foul ball into the netting. Keeping it a 1-2 count. Just past 2 hours in the game. Here's the 1-2. Inside in the dirt. Cooper does a nice job of hanging on to it.
I feel like they're all playing the wrong sport.
Beltran, the lefty. Lefty versus righty matchup. Here's the 2-2. Swung on and hit towards Todd Zinnigy. Makes the play at home plate, and the tag was applied as Cooper was able to hang his foot onto the home plate. Zinnigy with an excellent job to stop the ground ball. Looked at first, but then looked at home as he had time, and Zinnigy, the throw was a little outstretched to his right, but Zinnigy Cooper rather, with a diving effort, kept his left foot on the plate. That meant the force out, so no runs come across for the Bandits, and that'll be 2 outs now in the top of the 5th. Great defensive play there by Todd Zinnigy and Stephen Cooper. And so now, with 2 outs, we see Wes Snyder again, the lefty. The 1-0 count. Take a look at the next one as it's down low.
The designated hitter, Wes Snyder, the batter.
So runners continue to be on for the Bandits. Bases loaded. Johnson at third, Reitz at second, and Nealon at first on the fielder's choice. 2-0 count now from Beltran. That one just missing outside. A little bit low as well. A 3-0 count. And now once again, Mudcats are 1 pitch away from walking in another one. Wes Snyder, the DH for the Bandits. Pitch, just in there for a strike. Snyder was already walking. So 3-1 count at the plate. Beltran wasting no time, and he'll issue a walk as that one missing low. Another walk-in by the Mudcats. And now it's an 11-7 score. Bandits leading by 4. If you like offense, you've come to the right game. We're in the top of the 5th inning. 8 runs have been scored by the Bandits in the 5th. They put 3 on in the top of the 2nd. Looking at least a 30-minute plus top of the 5th inning. As the first pitch for Chris Combs, the center fielder, will be in there for a strike. Combs having a pretty good day. He's 2 for 3. He misses this next one low. Another fastball from Beltran. And you get an 0-2 count. This would be a big out here if Beltran can hold him. The 0-2. Up high. Beltran trying to get him to climb the ladder. He 1-2. Pitch, low again. Be 2-2. Forgot to mention Chillicothe wearing their black hats tonight, as we will see them every game this year. 2-2. Low again from Beltran. And here we go again, one pitch away from potentially walking in another run. Nightmare inning for the Mudcats, to say the least. Payoff, in there for a strike as Combs goes down looking, doesn't like the call, but that will finally end a lengthy top of the 5th inning. 8 runs scored by the Bandits, and they take the lead 11-7. We'll head to the bottom of the 5th inning. You're listening to a wacky game of baseball here on KCHI.
Hi, this is Howard with Anytime Fitness. Summer's almost here. It's time to get fit and stay fit. Don't overheat in our hot and humid weather. Join Anytime Fitness today and stay comfortable while you work out and receive a 3-month membership for only $99. That's right. Join today and receive a free fitness orientation with a personal trainer, a free diet and meal plan, a free body fat analysis, and a free t-shirt. Anytime Fitness is safe, secure, and open 24/7. We're staffed Monday through Friday from 10 to 6 and Saturdays from 9 to noon. Come experience the difference at Anytime Fitness on Business 36 in Chillicothe.
Cat fans, Brent Wyatt here from Barnes Baker Motors in Chillicothe. Are you looking for a better way to get to and from Mudcat games? Need more room for the group of people you're hauling to the game? At Barnes Baker Motors, we've got you covered. As a proud sponsor of the Chillicothe Mudcats, we'll make sure that you make it to the game on time, in a safe manner, and in style. Whether you're bringing the whole family, a few friends, or just yourself, we offer an amazing selection of vehicles. You're always a winner with us at Barnes Baker Motors in Chillicothe.
When it comes to getting dinner on the table and making the family happy, we all turn to shortcuts now and then. And my favorite, opening up some refreshing Coca-Cola from my local grocery store and sharing a little happiness all around. With ice-cold Coca-Cola, a great meal can be a snap, and a twist, and a pour. Coca-Cola, open happiness. Trenton Coca-Cola hopes you enjoy the game, the summer weather, and an ice-cold Coca-Cola with your family and friends.
This ball's chopped past the pitcher, Weatham, and gets past. Tyler Reitz couldn't get on it as he got on his high horse, but wasn't able to make the grab as that ball rolled past him. So Rinsu Guy with his second single of the night, he puts one in left center field, and that'll be a Chillicothe base runner over at first base, and they're going to need a few of them. They want to come back in this ball. There's still plenty of time, as we again are just in the bottom of the 5th inning. Stephen Cooper is going to come on now. You can always tell when he's up. You'll hear most applause from the fans. This will be an 0-1 count. Cooper's 0 for 1 today, reached via error, and then he was hit by a pitch. Cooper looks at 1 for a strike. So 0-1 count to Cooper. Cooper batting 9th in the Mudcat order. Wasn't originally going to play, but both the normal catchers for the Mudcats, they're not here yet. They're still in their respective tournaments, whether it be high school or college. So Cooper getting the start tonight. And next one fluttered in there for a ball, just missing outside. Cooper will have a 1-1 count at home. Sure, the Mudcats players are happy to be in their dugout now. About a 40-minute top of the 5th inning as 8 runs were put across for the Bandits as they tried to get their first one of the year. They're 0 for 3 on the year. And again, they are from Wisconsin, not a part of the Mink League. So they'll head back to Wisconsin after tonight. Mudcats getting things started. First game of the year, first of 44. Happy to be a part of it. 1-1 count, swung on and hit, fly ball into left field. Going back on it is the left fielder, Michael Johnson. He made the grab as he had to really trek after that one. He makes the grab as he turned around in time, so that'll be a fly out for Stephen Cooper. Almost beat him. Nevertheless, Rin Sugai will have to stay put at first base.
Fielder Corbin Williams.
Now Corbin Williams will come back in. As he will get set, the lefty. Williams 1 for 3. Single and 2 flyouts. First pitch shows bunt. It's perfect down the left third base side. And he's going to get to first just like he did in his very first at bat. He's going to love this real thick grass here at Schaefer Park, and he does it again. That'll move Sugai to second base. And as a bunter, you've got to love that. Again, a perfect bunt. And we've got trouble here throwing in the tag. Or rather, safe is Sugai from second. We thought time was called, and the third baseman, Tyler Francis, had stepped off the bag. Then he grabbed the ball and ran after it as Sugai saw an opening and got to third base. Very strange play.
The third baseman, Todd Zittige.
So Todd Zittige will come in now with runners at the corners and 1 out on a wacky play. And Weatham will throw to first base, keeping Williams in check. Time apparently was never called, and Francis had stepped off third base, and Sugai saw an opening from second base and took off as fast as he could. Francis almost beat him back, but Sugai was able to slide in there and be called safe. So runners at the corners, Williams at first, Sugai at third. Williams going on the pitch, and he is safe in time as Zach Cranston unable to make the throw.
Stolen base brought to you by Barnes Baker Motors.
It's a stolen base by Williams.
Their reputation means a great deal.
Sugai sits tall at third. So now runners in scoring position, second and third base for the Mudcats with 1 out. Zittige will have an 0-1 count at the plate as we'll get the charge call. Zittige looks at it. It's in there for a fastball strike. An 0-2 count. Again, like I said earlier, if you like offense, you've come to the right game tonight. No balls, 2 strikes from Weatham. Here's the pitch to Zittige. It's up high. Also outside as well, as Cranston had to stand up to grab that one. forcing a 1-2 count. We're in the bottom of the 5th inning. It's an 11-7 game in favor of the Bandits. Seems like days ago when the Mudcats led 7-3. The 1-2. Zenigi flies one into right center field. Going back is Jared Nealon, and he is unable to make the grab. Scoring is Sugai, and scoring as well. Sugai scores, Williams scores. Williams at third, rather, so they only were able to score 1 on that. If you had your binoculars, you had a good look at that one, but we had to count and watch that ball as Jared Nealon was going back, unable to make the grab. So runners again at second and third base.
The shortstop, number 21, Al Robbins.
So Al Robbins, who's 1 for 2. It's an 11-8 ball game now as the Mudcats scramble one across. This one's fouled into the netting. That'll drop on the left side of the field in foul territory, an 0-1 count. So Hahn is 1 for 2. Zenigi stands at second. Corbin Williams stands at third. And I apologize, thought Williams had scored originally. Still with just 1 out. 3-run ball game now as the runs continue to come across for both teams. Good breaking ball by Weatham on the 0-1, but it just misses low. It'll be a 1-1 count. Weatham just missing on the next one. Missing on the right corner. 2-1 count. Weatham wasting no time. 2-1. Ball is fouled. That's going to get above the netting and head back toward a parking lot. Maybe a house. 2-2 count. Schaefer Park kind of tucked into a neighborhood right on the edge of the city limit. Actually, the city limit is not too far past the left field wall. So you can actually hit a ball into the next town if you'd like. 2-2. Swung on down the third base side. It's foul. Nice play by Coach Wally Marciel to make the grab. Keeping it at 2-2. Weatham working about his 85th pitch. So he is going the distance tonight. Gone a long ways. Two balls, 2 strikes at plate for Hahn. Ball's going to get away from Cranston. Here comes Corbin Williams. No play is made, and Williams will score, and the lead is cut to 2 as the Bandits lead 11-9 now. That'll also move Zenigi to third base. So Hahn working a full count now. So just 1 out in the inning. Righty versus lefty matchup. Payoff pitch. Up high. And Hahn is walked for the second time tonight. So now in a 2-run ball game, we'll have runners at the corners, and looks like we are going to have a mound visit from the Bandits head coach. Al Robbins is the next batter for the Mudcats. And not sure if we're going to get a pitching change here or not, as the infield has come in. And Jeopardy music being played, and that's kind of what we're all thinking right now. Is he going to come out? Is he going to stay in? Taking his time, and now the umpire will take his stroll out from home plate, and they're going to separate. And nope, we will not have a new pitcher, as Weetham will stay in. It's an 11-9 ball game. 20 runs have been scored on a combined 14 hits for the teams. Not often when you see it that way. More so often you see hits overrule the runs scored. So Weetham will stay in. So Robbins will see an 0-1 count, as it was a strike. Runners at the corners again. 2-run ball game, 11-9. Bandits in control. Swing, foul, back into the netting. Fouled it behind home plate. Making an 0-2 count. One out in the inning. I think we've reached the hour-long mark here in the 5th inning. We're now 2 hours, 20 minutes into the ball game. 0-2 count from Weetham. Here's the throw home. Just missing inside on a breaking ball. So 1-2 count. Great patience there by Robbins. Robbins, who's 1 for 3. Singled in his second at bat. 1-2. Swung on, fouled again, back into the netting. So Robbins hanging on to it, fighting back on Weetham. Weetham's been delivering a strong fastball all night long. Seen a couple good curves as well. It's been his main offering. One ball, 2 strikes. Again, back into the netting. Robbins hanging on. A 1-2 count at home. This will be the 6th pitch of the at-bat. Weetham is approaching 100. He's at 91 now. Pitches, that is. Zinnigy on at third base. Hahn at first for the Mudcats. 1-2 lined pass. Second baseman Ethan Bell. That'll score Zinnigy from third. And now it's a 1-run ball game as these two teams continue to fight back and forth on each other. The Mudcats storming back after Robbins with an RBI single just past the second baseman Ethan Bell to his left. So runners on first and second now, and we have another mound meeting for the Bandits. We may indeed see a new pitcher here, and we will. We will. Weetham's done after throwing 92 pitches, and see if we can get some final stats for you here. New pitcher is going to be named Jared Mills.
Number 9, Jarrett Mills.
Jarrett Mills will come in. Jarrett Mills, the lefty from Norfolk, Nebraska. As he will take his time warming up. Some fans will get up, stretch their arms and legs. It's been a long game tonight. Barely halfway through. Mituszewski will be the next batter for the Mudcats. He's over 3 today, but he has reached twice on error. Mudcats have had plenty of base runners. That was their 10th hit of the ball game, or 11th hit rather. 1-2 count. Also want to remind fans that you can always stay up to date with the Mudcats even when we're on the road all season long. Like us on Facebook. Just search up Chillicothe Mudcats, click the like button, and if you do the Twitter thing, which I'm a big fan of, follow us at _Mudcats for all the updates and fan giveaways, and you never know what you just might find on there.
Number 12, Michael Mitashevsky.
Michael Mitashevsky steps in. Both the times he's reached has been on errors by Tyler Francis, the third baseman. He swings and misses at the first one, as it'll be strike one. A nice breaking ball from Mills. Infield playing in their normal positions. Nobody stretching too far away. This ball is put in the air by Mitashevsky. Moving to his left is going to be Chris Combs, the center fielder. He'll make the grab. Zinnigi's tagging from second, and Jared Hahn is tagging from second. Does a nice job of it. So that'll move the runner around with 2 outs. Robbins will hang on at first base. So now that'll put Hahn at third base.
The first baseman, number 24, Anthony Bayes.
So Anthony Bayes, who's 1 for 3, 2 flies, and he finally singled to the right side of the field in shallow right field. Here's the first pitch. He'll take a look at it. It is in there for a breaking ball strike as it curved to the right. 0-1 count. Runner going. Ball's way outside, nearly over the head of Bayes. Robbins was going anyway, and he gets there safely. That's another stolen base.
Their reputation means a great deal.
So now with 2 outs, 2 runners in scoring position now. Mudcats find themselves down a run. It's 11-10. Very long 5th inning. 8 runs put up by the Bandits in the top of the 5th. So far 3 by the Mudcats here. Here's the 1-1, and it's down low, making it a 2-1 now. So Bayes will reset. Here's the 2-1. Big swing and a miss by Bayes on a nice breaking ball outside the plate from Mills, making the count 2-2. Deuce is wild. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs, 2 runners on. Put into play. Could be a shallow blooper. Going back on it is the shortstop. Reeds, and he will make the grab after losing his hat in the dirt. And that's going to end the inning for the Mudcats. But they do get 3 of them back after being down 4. Your score after 5, it's 11-10 in a wild offensive battle between the Bandits and the Mudcats. You're watching Mudcats Baseball on Mudcats TV, and you're listening on KCHI.
This is the Barnes-Baker Tire Challenge. Start over here, ladies. We have Jessie and Jillian, one of which has a birthday. Who's the birthday girl? All right. What we're going to do, they're going to run down there. They're going to rotate around the tires 4 times because you rotate 4 tires. They're going to pick up the tires, carry them with their arms only, and race back here. Okay, clear as mud. 3, 2, 1, go! All right, come on, let's cheer for them. I know our crowd's a little smaller now. All right. That wears me out just looking at them. Oh, the birthday girl's close. All right, there's 4. Can't use your hands, by your arms. There you go. That's not easy running without pumping your arms. Okay, and oh, by a whisker, the birthday girl. Give her some love. We have a birthday gift for you as well. No, you don't get to keep the tires. All right, give them some round of applause. The Barnes-Baker Tire Challenge. Jeff Staten's kind of jealous because he secretly wanted to do that.
Charge to them. So we'll start things off with Schultz.
The first baseman, Luke Schultz.
Schultz is 1 for 1 as Beltran continues to pitch for the Mudcats. First pitch for a strike. Next one will be strike 2. It's an 0-2 count quickly to Schultz. Beltran wasting no time. Beltran ready to go as soon as Schultz gives the okay. Here's the 0-2. That's in there for a strikeout. 1, 2, 3 strikeout for Robert Beltran on Luke Schultz, and Mudcats will for sure take that. I'm sure these guys do not want to be out in the field too long if they had to spend about 40 minutes out there in the top of the 5th inning.
The second baseman, Ethan Bell.
It's already 1 out as Ethan Bell will come in. He's bat 7th in the order. Ethan Bell, the outfielder from Hilliard, Florida, coming up north this year for the Bandits. Next pitch in there for a strike. Beltran sets up. Big rip and miss from Bell. It'll be a 1-2 count. And there goes strike 3 on Bell. Beltran gets him with another fastball. So 2 straight strikeouts from Beltran. Look pretty impressive so far. So now 2 outs in the inning. As Tyler Francis will come into bat.
No, I get distracted when I'm hurt.
Beltran missing outside with the next one. Ball 1 to Francis. Francis is 0 for 2 today. He's got 2 strikeouts. Was walked in his previous at bat. Big swing and a miss again from Francis. We'll take a step out of the box and try it again. Now he'll reset things. This one just missing outside as well. It's a 2-1 count. This one, 3 up, 3 down for the Bandits. Beltran, an excellent inning, 3 strikeouts, and that's going to do it for the top of the 6th. That's what we like to see from the Mudcats defense, especially Beltran, Robert Beltran. 11-10 your score after the top of the 6th inning. You're listening to Mudcats Baseball on KCHI.
If a little adventure goes a long way, how far does a lot go? How about Montana or the Caribbean? You can tell us when you get there. If you win the Missouri Lottery's Second Chance of a Lifetime promotion, it could turn any ticket into one of 2 unforgettable adventures. A voyage on your own private yacht with a personal chef, or fishing with a master outdoorsman while a crew films your catch. Now, every ticket lets you enter to win at molottery.com and gives back to education. So play it forward with the Missouri Lottery.
There's really only one steak place that has the best steak. The most tender, most flavorful, mouth-watering steak. A place that makes the choice to serve you the best choice. Because we believe there really is no other choice. Introducing Hy-Vee Choice Reserve. Premium, hand-selected, 100% natural beef. Hy-Vee Choice Reserve. Because our choice is your best choice.
Back here at Schaefer Park, a 1-run ball game, and it's an 11-10 lead for the Bandits in a wild offensive shootout. As we head to the bottom of the 6th inning, Mudcats will get the chance to try and get things back in order where it was. It was at one point a 7-3 lead for these Mudcats. They came out in the bottom of the 1st, took a lead 3-0. Bandits came up in the top of the 2nd, scored 3 themselves, 3-3 after 2. Bandits came back in the bottom of the 3rd, scored 3 themselves, 6-3, and then they put 1 up in the bottom of the 4th. It was 7-3 at that point. And then instead of a goose egg on top of the 5th, there's 2 of them. There's an 8 put up by the Bandits in a very long top of the 5th inning. As they now lead 11-10 as the Mudcats are able to get 3 of them back in the bottom of the 5th. Let's see what they can do here in the bottom of the 6th. So we'll get things started. And fouled off will be Derek Nakasuto. He's 1 for 3 today. He fouled that one towards the car. 2 strikeouts for the left fielder. He does have a single to left field. That was a ground ball beating shortstop Tyler Reitz. We'll have an 0-1 count via the foul. And here's the pitch from Mills, and that's going to hit Nakasuto as he chunks the bat back to his dugout, and he'll be on base. So with no outs, tying run sits aboard first. Leading run at home plate for Chillicothe.
Number 22, Rin Sugai.
So Rin Sugai, he's 2 for 3. He's put up field goal posts so far. Single to just past the shortstop Reeds, and then again his second single tonight came as the second baseman, Ethan Bell.
Every day is my practice run.
So Sugai. First pitch from Mills. He'll swing at it. Ball's in the air. It is going foul.
We still be grass fed.
Sugai, where's number 22 for the Mudcats? Junior from Honolulu, Hawaii. Spent this past year with the Temple Owls. Shows bunt, lays it down, it stops in the dirt, or the grass rather, and again, no play from Francis. That's the third time we've seen it. Another excellent play by Rin Sugai to put down a great bunt, and Tyler Francis once again can do nothing with it, as now the Mudcats with runners on first and second base with no outs as they try to fight back in this one, as Stephen Cooper, hometown kid, has a chance to do something with 2 runs aboard, down a run in the game. Cooper's 0 for 2. Reached via error, then was hit by a pitch, and then flied out in his last one. He's going to show bunt as well with this one, just a little too far to the left of the chalk, and that'll roll for a foul. Good idea, though. So Nakasuto will stay at second, Sugai staying at first.
I think Randy was working on it.
Cooper will check his feet, make sure the dirt's right for him, as Mills will reset. Lefty on righty matchup. Mills will step off the mound for time, make the runners return to the bags. Mills looks up, looks at second. Now he'll throw home on the 0-1. Cooper swings at it in right center field, and making the grab is center fielder Chris Combs, and the runners cannot go anywhere. The ball was hit too shallow for Nakasuto to make the tag up. Good play there by Combs, and that'll be first out rather of the inning. So Cooper can't do anything.
The center fielder Corbin Williams.
So Corbin Williams will come in. Williams 2 for 4. 2 singles, 2 flyouts. Runners on first and second. He'll take a look at the first one. It's low for ball 1. Most of the crowd staying put. Few have gone home early.
Can't blame him.
It's a 1-0 count.
They're using sabermetrics in this league.
Nice breaking ball from Mills, catching the outside part of the strike zone. It'll be strike 1. Williams looked at it, followed it all the way, didn't want any part of it. 1 ball, 1 strike. Runners on first and second base. Sugai at first, Nakasuto at second. 11-10 ball game in favor of the Bandits. Ball hit deep in the left center field by Williams. Going back, that's going to get past both outfielders. That's going to score Nakasuto from second. Here comes Sugai easily from first base. He scores. Mudcats have taken the lead off a triple from Corbin Williams. 2 RBI triple, 13th hit of the ball game. And again, these two teams going back and forth. The score now 12-11. That ball had a lot of power on as that beat Michael Johnson, the left fielder, and Chris Combs in left center field.
The third baseman, number 9, Todd Zinnicky.
So Todd Zinnicky comes in now with 1 runner at third. 12-11 the score. This one's a wild one. Just 1 out here in the bottom of the 6th. So Corbin Williams sits at third. Todd Zinnigy comes in at 2 for 4 on the day. Had a big double in his last at bat to right field. So Mills will try to prevent any more damage being done to the Bandits. And here's Zinnigy, down low in the dirt. It's a 1-0 count.
Like they do in T-ball.
Yeah, no kidding. I just had a feeling about it. It says multi-encoder is not
A wild way to start the season for the Mudcats, as this next one is down low for ball 2.
Yeah, I'm cleaning out a rally music here. Start over from again.
Mills gets the pitch he wants. Now here's the throw. That one's low as well. They get a 3-0 count. They're a little worried about Zinnigy, especially when you got Williams on at third. A ball hit to the outfield would score. Williams from third. Mills will be working his 20th pitch here on the 3-0, and it is in there for a breaking ball strike.
Hey Doug, don't pay us all. We're going to pay the Elms tonight. So we've earned it because of them, right?
3-1 count. Down low. Ball's going to get away from Cranston. Play at the plate is not in time as Corbin Williams will score, and just getting back on first base is Zinnigy. Not sure why he was scrambling out there. He gets back in time. Mudcats take a 13-11 lead on the pass ball walk.
The right fielder, Jared Hahn.
So Jared Hahn will come in. As we'll have a meeting at the mound for the Bandits, the infield. No coaches out this time. Every infielder except for Luke Schultz. And actually, we are going to get a new pitcher as he finally creeps out of there.
You gotta sit down. It's not the 7th thing to stretch it. You gotta sit down.
This is called a sit-sitting. But relax.
You gonna bring your recliner tomorrow night?
So Jared Hahn will come up to bat. So Tyler Francis has come in to pitch. Luke Schultz has moved to third base. And
your attention, please. Tyler Francis on the mound now for the Bandits. Luke Schultz moves to third base.
Hey, I have a question. Are hamburgers done?
And the designated hitter, Wes Snyder, had to clarify that. Will move to first base. So there's the changes. Tyler Francis now pitching. Schultz will move to third base. And Wes Snyder, who was DHing, moves over to first base. Will come into the game playing defense for the first base side. 1 out. We're in the bottom of the 6th inning. 13-11 ball game. And I mentioned plenty of offense been scored today. Tyler Francis had a rough day in the field. Had 2 errors charged to him. That was in the bottom of the 3rd inning. They've got 4 errors total. So Francis comes in, a righty. Francis from Faribault, Michigan, or Minnesota, excuse me. Missed the CH on the NN. Hope everyone's having a good time out there tonight, enjoying their Friday night. I know a lot of people are soaking up some good baseball, high-scoring baseball here in Chillicothe, Missouri. And again, reminder, we will be here tomorrow night for the first Mink League of the season, taking on Sedalia. It's now Jared Hahn, the lefty. First pitch from Francis is low for ball 1. Francis will turn back to first. Ball's going to get away from Snyder, but not far enough for Zenigi to move anywhere. He'll stay put. So Francis working a 1-0 count.
Well, at first I thought they were 6 because they weren't.
We should have got beer cells for this team.
Yeah.
We'll take a look at the next one. It is in there for a strike. So Hahn taking his time. Francis as well taking his time. 2-run ball game. 13-11 the score in favor of Chillicothe. Again, we're just in the bottom of the 6th inning. Offense has been the theme tonight. Next one, a fastball in there. Hahn takes a look at it. Strike 2. So 1-2 count. Francis gets set. Righty versus lefty matchup. Here's the 1-2. Down low, gets away from Cranston, couldn't even find it. And from first base, Zenigi turns second, and he will slide into third base. Cranston could not find it on the passed ball. So now all of a sudden with a runner at first base and 1 out, you have a runner at third base and 1 out for Jared Hahn. And Hahn will work a 2-2 count with Zenigi at third base. He's 1 for 2 on the day. 2 walks so far. His biggest hit was a double and then reached by error in his third at bat. 2-2 pitch from Francis. High, about chest high for Hahn. So it'll be 3-2.
How's this thing?
I don't know. They do more traveling, I think, than anything. They travel through Illinois.
Payoff pitch from Francis. Fouled back over the netting.
They're not like that Carolina. Also one down there in Carolina.
So we'll hang on to the full count.
Yeah. That's a good league. Those are open kids, right?
7th pitch of the at-bat coming from Francis. It's a full count. 2-run lead for the Mudcats, trying to do some more damage. Swung on and hit again. This is going foul to the left side. So Hahn hanging on.
It's like St. Joe. He doesn't like the St. Joe. Oh. He's like, that's not what this league is. There's somebody else in this league.
3 balls, 2 strikes. 1 out, runner on at third. Payoff pitch again. This one swung on and hit towards the left side. It is going foul, and that will fall in the Mudcat bullpen. So 3 straight fouls by Hahn as he continues to fight back. Hahn will reset. Now we get the all clear from Francis. 3-2 pitch. Up high. And Hahn with a very lengthy at bat, but he is walked. He makes it count. And now with 1 out, Mudcats will have runners at the corners for Al Robbins. Robbins is 2 for 4.
Number 21, Al Robbins.
You know, I'm talking about Robbins, a junior from West Chicago, Illinois. Had an on-base percentage of .380 last year. Averaged .270 at the plate. Played in 48 games for the Jackrabbits as we see ball 1. Had 11 total multiple hit games for the 2014 season. Had 2 3-hit games. At one point had a streak of reaching base safely in 15. Next one in there for a strike, a fastball from Francis. Make a 1-1 count. Robbins batting in the 4th spot, mainly batted in the 5th and 6th spot at South Dakota State last year. Mainly plays second base. Hahn going on the throw home, and he is safe. Another stolen base from Hahn.
That stolen base brought to you again by Barnes Baker Motors in Chillicothe and Trenton. Barnes Baker, your reputation, their reputation means a great deal.
I believe it was a 2-1 count at the plate. So Hahn is at second base now. Zinnigy.
That's like saying, I always say, yesterday's news, today's music.
Yeah, 1-2 count rather. So Zinnigy's at third base, Hahn at second base. Put in play, that ball's going to drop for a base hit, and here comes one run to score. Zinnigy will score, and Hahn will come from second base. That's going to be 2 more runs for the Mudcats. 2 RBI single for Al Robbins in right field, and the Mudcats have taken a 15-11 lead here at Schaefer Park. More big clutch hits from these Mudcats.
Michael Mudashevsky.
So Michael Mudashevsky step in now. He'll have a runner on at first base. Mudashevsky 0 for 4 tonight, but it just doesn't feel like it. He's reached on base 2 errors. There's a ground out and a fly out.
I'd be throwing over to first right now.
It'll be a 1-0 count.
I gotta do something different.
Big swing and a miss from Mudashevsky. You know the count at 1 apiece.
Is that our next one?
Still just 1 out here in the bottom of the 6th inning as we have reached 10 o'clock here on KCHI. Glad to have you with us wherever you may be listening to us from. A lot of offense in this one, a 15-11 lead, and Mudashevsky trying to add more. He'll take that one for ball 2. Mudashevsky, the DH, wearing number 12 for the Mudcats. Francis will throw back to first. Ball gets away from Wes Snyder, and Robbins is going to move to second, and finally there, the Bandits are able to finally get over there in right field and grab that one. So Francis throwing back to first base gets away from Snyder. So Mudashevsky now with a runner in scoring position. Still just 1 out. It's a 2-1 count at the plate. Up high at his neck. So he had to get out of the way on it. 3-1 the count. Francis will take his time now. He'll get set on the throw. And Mudashevsky will foul one back into the net. Now a full count now. As on deck, Anthony Baez will retrieve that foul ball. Umpire waits for him to do that, and then we can resume play. Three balls, 2 strikes, 1 out. 15-11 lead for the Mudcats. They've scored 5 in the bottom of this inning. And down goes Mudashevsky. Took a look at it, thought it was going to be inside, but it wasn't, catching the part of the plate. And the home plate umpire calls strike 3. Now 2 outs here in the bottom of the second, as Mudashevsky goes down looking.
The first baseman, number 24, Anthony Baez.
So Anthony Baez steps in, 1 for 4 today. 3 flyouts and a single. All 3 of those flyouts have been in the infield. Hadn't got one past the dirt. First pitch, chopped it down the first base line, and it's a fair ball. And somehow Wes Snyder was able to grab it and make the tag on first base, and that's going to do it here in the bottom of the 6th inning. A nice play there by Wes Snyder to hang on to that one as it took a ricochet off first base. 15-11 lead. It's back and forth between these two teams. Way to the top of the 7th. You're watching Mudcats baseball on Mudcats TV and listening on KCHI.
And Trevor, who's been waiting anxiously. This is the balloon pop game. Sounds pretty easy, except for one little thing. You have to pop the balloon with your keister. Your rump, Mr. Ump. Your keister, meester. Okay, turn around. All right, someone's already one ahead. Turn around, face the audience. All right. There's 7 balloons. First one to pop all 7 is a winner. Okay, there's 6 balloons now. All right, here we go in 3, 2, 1. There's 2. There's 3. Oh, look at him go! You'd think the guy with weight would have the advantage, but I don't know. Oh, there's a little surprise on the last one. Our winner here in the red. In case you missed it, the last one had a little water in it.
11 ball game. Mudcats in control once again by 4 runs, but if history wants to repeat itself, that lead is not safe by any means. They led 7-3 at one point, then all of a sudden it was 11-7. The Mudcats have fought back with 5 runs in the bottom of the 6th inning to make it a 15-11 game. As we head to the top of the 7th, still 3 more innings to go before we can call this one anywhere close to official. Zach Cranston will stop by being first batter, as the ball gets away on the first pitch.
Zach Cranston, the batter.
From Stephen Cooper, the catcher. They did a balloon crushing promotional thing on the field in that inning break. A lot of fun out here. Next pitch up high, 2-0 count.
Oh, did he?
Cranston's 0 for 1 today, but has been issued 2 walks. Did have a strikeout. He'll take a look at this next one. Catching the fastball inside, but it does catch part of the plate for a 2-1 count. Next pitch from Beltran, in there for a strike. This time catching the outside part of the plate.
Yeah. It's been too many years since I did this.
So 2-2 count.
College.
Big swing and a miss. And Beltran gets another one. That's 4 straight strikeouts now from Beltran as he gets Cranston swinging.
The left fielder, Michael Johnson.
It's going to bring up left fielder Michael Johnson. So 1 out in the top of the 7th. Bandits trying to find their way. They put up 11 runs, but it's not enough yet, as the Mudcats have put up 15. This one catching the inside part of the plate. Another fastball. Beltran looks to be in the zone right now. He'll be going for his 5th straight strikeout this at bat. The 0-1's fouled off into the netting. So making an 0-2 count. Michael Johnson from Huron, South Dakota. Playing the part of left field for the Bandits tonight. 0-2. Swung on in the netting as well. Foul. So Beltran again looking pretty dominant. Just has the feel that Johnson's hanging on for dear life at this at bat. The 0-2. In play, right to third baseman Todd Zinnigy as he catched it on the run. So he took about 3 steps to his right and made the grab. Put his glove out in front of him and robbed any hit from Johnson at all. Now 2 outs. It's going to bring up Tyler Reitz, the shortstop. He's 0 for 2 today, as first pitch will be taken for a strike on Reitz. Reitz 0 for 2. Walked twice tonight as he tries to bunt one down the third base side, but it falls foul. So we'll return to the home plate, facing an 0-2 count. Two outs. We're in the top of the 7th. Beltran trying to go 1-2-3, and again a foul. And look out, that'll scare a few kids over there as that ball hit the bleachers just next to him. The 0-2 pitch from Beltran. Big swing and a miss, and again, 2 strikeouts this inning, 3 in the last one, 5 total on the night for Beltran, his second 1-2-3 inning of the night. That's going to do it for the top of the 7th. Mudcats in control 15-11 as we move to stretch time here in Chillicothe. You're listening to Mudcat Baseball on KCHI.
Best of Millbank Mill's Silver Moon feeds, ground locally. You can buy from 500 pounds to 25 tons with free delivery in pellets or meal, bagged or bulk, whatever is convenient for you. Silver Moon feeds can be delivered within 24 hours or pick it up yourself to earn an extra discount. For 147 years, agriculture has depended on Millbank Mills and Silver Moon feeds. For Silver Moon feeds, call Millbank Mills in Chillicothe, 800-892-2488.
Proud to be a part of Chillicothe, your Walmart Supercenter has the items you need when you need them. A full-service grocery department and general merchandise with automotive, electronic, clothing, sporting goods, crafts, and lawn and garden. Be sure to stop in and shop their full-line bakery and deli departments. Your Chillicothe Walmart Supercenter is open 24 hours a day. Get everything you need in one convenient stop. Shop your Chillicothe Walmart Supercenter. Walmart. Save money, live better.
Year, 18 and 14 in conference. Played in 47 games in 2013. Played in 47 again in 2014. Averaged 306 for the Sea Warriors. Francis will stay on the mound for the Bandits. First pitch swing, hard hit ball into left field. It's going to die down quickly. And left fielder Michael Johnson will make the grab as he took off from his normal position and realized he needed to go that far as he stopped in place and made the out. First out for the Mudcats here in the bottom of the 7th thanks to a fly out from Nakasato.
Ren Sugai.
So Ren Sugai now, who's having a very nice night. 3 for 4, 3 singles. Laid down a nice bunt his last time. As the first one is going to be just low for ball 1. Francis on the 1-0. Swung on, hit right to third baseman. Schultz picks it up and not nearly in time as Sugai very quickly able to get to first base. And we'll see what they want to call that one.
The catcher, number 2, Stephen Cooper.
Hard hit ball. Right to Schultz. Deflected off his glove and to his left. He was able to pick it up and make the throw to first, but by that time Sugai was already on the down, letting off the gas way past first base. So Stephen Cooper now, he was 0 for 3 tonight. 2 flies, and he was hit by a pitch. We'll see a first pitch ball. As he'll reset things. This ball in the air, drifting foul. Here comes, oh, and Cranston unable to make the grab. Looked like he had it, but it fell out of his glove and right onto his face. He's okay, it didn't hurt him. He's a little disappointed in himself as he walks back. That'll be a foul. This will be a 1-1 count. So they'll reset themselves. New life for Cooper. So 1-1 count. Pitch from Francis. Cooper swings at it. It's hit in the gap between shortstop and third base, and that'll move Sugai over to second base. So Stephen Cooper getting on the board for his first hit of the night. First hit as a Mudcat. And we're here in the bottom of the 7th. 4-run lead for the Mudcats, and they'll have with 1 out, 2 runners aboard. Just shooting the gap between Luke Schultz and Tyler Reitz. So with 1 out, Mudcats will try to put some more up there. With 1 out, it's Dane Fujinaka. Excuse me, Corbin Williams. Williams will take his time on the 0-1. This ball foul, and that'll go behind us. and that hit off a car. So the 0-2 count now to Corbin Williams. Williams, a very nice night tonight, 3 for 5. 2 singles and a triple in his last at bat. And got the bottom of the 6th inning started for the Mudcats. Here's the 0-2 from Francis. Reached at it. That's going to shoot the gap into left field as well. Sugai rounds third. He's going to score easily as Michael Johnson had trouble with it in left field. Mudcats now lead 16-11. Michael Johnson tried to field it, just got underneath his glove. That'll be a single.
The third baseman, Todd Zedecky.
th hit of the ball game for the Mudcats. That'll bring up Todd Zedecky. As Zedecky will foul one off.
Oh man, people are dying to turn on channel 96. Five.
So Corbin Williams sitting on 17-11 score now. An 0-2 count. So 2 runs came across in the Corbin Williams at bat. So Zedecky was 2 for 4. An 0-2 count. Zedecky will watch one go by. It'll be 1-2. Mudcats 17 runs scored on 17 hits. They do have an error in the ball game. Bandits 11 runs scored on 5 hits. They have 4 errors in the ball game. Next one is taken for a 2-2 count.
We get to see Judd tomorrow night.
Yep.
This one's fouled just beyond the Bandit dugout. Zedecky hanging on. Francis taking his time on the mound. 1 ball, 2 strikes. 2 outs. Here's the 1-2. Swung on to the first baseman, and he makes the play on it, stumbles, and he will throw the ball to Francis to make the out. And that's going to be the 3rd out in inning. Nice play there by Wes Snyder to hang on to it. Kind of had to dance with it and made the underhand throw to Francis, who came in and made the tag. That's going to do it for the bottom of the 7th. Mudcats get 2 more runs scored. 17-11 the score. They're up by 6, way to the top of the 8th. You're listening to Mudcats Baseball only on KCHI.
If a little adventure goes a long way, how far does a lot go? How about Montana or the Caribbean? You can tell us when you get there. If you win the Missouri Lottery's second chance of a lifetime promotion, it could turn any ticket into one of 2 unforgettable adventures. A voyage on your own private yacht with a personal chef, or fishing with a master outdoorsman while a crew films your catch. Now, every ticket lets you enter to win at molottery.com and gives back to education. So play it forward with the Missouri Lottery.
There's really only one steak place that has the best steak. The most tender, most flavorful, mouth-watering steak. A place that makes the choice to serve you the best choice, because we believe there really is no other choice. Introducing Hy-Vee Choice Reserve, premium, hand-selected, 100% natural beef. Hy-Vee Choice Reserve, because our choice is your best choice.
For 50 years, Midwest Gloves and Gear has been growing with you. Since its beginning in 1962, Midwest product lines have grown to include work gloves, garden gloves and gear, kids gloves and accessories, and much more. In fact, Midwest Gloves and Gear prides itself in being the largest manufacturer of American-made gloves. Midwest Gloves and Gear is also the exclusive provider of Disney and Nickelodeon kids gloves and gear, featuring all your favorite characters. For 50 years and many more, Midwest is growing with you.
8 in the top of the 5th, and Nealon will ground one right to Beltran, take his time, pick it up, and make the throw over to Anthony Bayes. Nice play there by Beltran.
The designated hitter, Wes Snyder.
Hit right at him. He was able to stop it with his glove and kind of had to get his foot planted before he could pick it up, and realized he had more time than he needed to make the easy throw over to first base. 1-3, the official score. It's going to bring up Wes Snyder. Snyder's 0 for 2 today.
She worked at Dairy. She started her first day at Dairy.
Had 2 flyouts and has been issued 2 walks. His last 2. He'll swing one right into the netting, back behind him for strike 1. So he'll reset, and here's a pitch from Beltran. He'll just miss low for ball 1. So 1-1 the count.
You know, they get their service time in.
For Wes Snyder.
That's all they want me for.
1-1's in there for a strike. This will be 1-2 count. Last 2 innings for Beltran have been very quick. And he's trying to make another one. Already 5 strikeouts on the day as he's come in for relief. This one missing low, just low, as Cooper kept it in front of him. 2 balls, 2 strikes. 17-11 the score here in Chillicothe. Mudcats in control. The 2-2 is chopped over Beltran. Trying to make the play is Rin Sugai. He'll throw to first, and in time, a scoop play by Anthony Bayes. Nice play there. Yeah, they're playing the SportsCenter theme here, and they should. That was a great play. The ball again solely rolled to Sugai. Had to make a quick throw, and it was a bit low, but Bayes is able to scoop it up and keep his left foot on the bag for the second out here in the top of the 8th inning. So 4-3 play. Now we'll move to center fielder Chris Combs, who's 2 for 4. And the first pitch is in there for a strike. Another fastball from Beltran. I don't believe Beltran has let a base runner so far. Another strike 2 as Combs waits on it. 1-2-3 swing and a miss by Combs. 6th strikeout for Beltran on the night. That's going to do it for the top of the 8th. Mudcats are cruising now as they lead 17-11 here in Chillicothe.
Hi, this is Howard with Anytime Fitness. Summer's almost here. It's time to get fit and stay fit. Don't overheat in our hot and humid weather. Join Anytime Fitness today and stay comfortable while you work out and receive a 3-month membership for only $99. That's right. Join today and receive a free fitness orientation with a personal trainer, a free diet and meal plan, a free body fat analysis, and a free t-shirt. Anytime Fitness is safe, secure, and open 24/7. We're staffed Monday through Friday from 10 to 6 and Saturdays from 9 to noon. Come experience the difference at Anytime Fitness on Business 36 in Chillicothe.
Cat fans, Brent Wyatt here from Barnes Baker Motors in Chillicothe. Are you looking for a better way to get to and from Mudcat games? Need more room for the group of people you're hauling to the game? At Barnes Baker Motors, we've got you covered. As a proud sponsor of the Chillicothe Mudcats, we'll make sure that you make it to the game on time, in a safe manner, and in style. Whether you're bringing the whole family, a few friends, or just yourself, we offer an amazing selection of vehicles. You're always a winner with us at Barnes Baker Motors in Chillicothe.
Inaugural game for me and the first one of the season for these Mudcats. 43 more to go after tonight, and they seem to be in control. They just got one more half inning to get rid of. We'll see if they can add some more offense here tonight as they lead 17-11, over the Spooner Bandits of Wisconsin. Been a very wild game. Teams going back and forth, and it looks like hopefully they're going to be on the right end of it. Robert Beltran has come in for the Mudcats and has pitched pretty good in 3 innings, 6 strikeouts, and has not allowed a base runner coming in for relief. But we'll see what the offense can do now for the Mudcats.
Leading up the Mudcat 8,
as Jared Hahn,
number 5,
it'll be 3-4-5 for Chillicothe.
You want half of it?
As they lead by 6. Hahn's 1 for 2. And if you go along with it, a walk, a double, reached on an error, and 2 walks for the official scoring for Hahn. As the first pitch taken for a strike. Next pitch by Francis up in the air. This ball is towards the left side of the diamond, and coming in on it to make the grab at stretching for it was Luke Schultz. That'll be the first out here in the bottom of the 8th inning. Schultz kind of danced around with it before he finally stretched his glove out to his left side.
The shortstop, number 21, Al Robbins.
Al Robbins, who's 3 for 5, and all 3 hits have been to the right side of the diamond. As the first pitch will be just missing for a ball outside. So the 1-0 pitch swung on, fouled into the netting, and look out fans again. Well, the fans tried to make the grab on it. It'll be a 1-1 count.
Hey, you want to come over and watch it with me tonight, Dan? Rewatch it.
The 0-1 pitch swung on, again foul to the left side. This one had a little more mustard on it. As that one head back to perhaps someone's backyard. Maybe a 1-2 count at the plate for Robbins. And again, Robbins fouling off in the exact same spot as last time. Hanging on to it, another foul. Tyler Francis just threw his 41st pitch, coming in for relief.
We're talking about the fryer. So they don't have a fryer this year? I don't think so.
The 1-2, down low in the dirt. And Zach Cranston had to hang on to it. Nobody on base, so no threat. So it'll be a 2-2 count. Francis sets up, righty versus lefty matchup. Big swing and a miss by Robbins, and he will go down swinging. Trying to swing for the fences on it. So that'll be the second out here in the bottom of the 8th. Midashevsky will step in. Yeah, we're actually going to have a pinch hitter here.
Your attention please, pinch hitting for Michael Midashevsky. Nick Quijado.
So Nick Quijado, you'll see his first Mudcat action, and he'll take one for a strike. Nick Quijado, who wears 4 for the Mudcats. Next pitch, he checks his swing, and they'll say he went around, so it'll be a 0-2 count. And Nick Quijado, the freshman from Fremont, California, from Menlo, the Menlo Oaks is where he comes from. And he will go down looking on 3 pitches. So we'll move to the top of the 9th, 17-11 lead for the Mudcats. Hopefully this should be the last half inning of the night. Mudcats in control. You're listening to Mudcat Baseball on KCHI.
When it comes to getting dinner on the table and making the family happy, we all turn to shortcuts now and then. And my favorite, opening up some refreshing Coca-Cola from my local grocery store and sharing a little happiness all around. With ice-cold Coca-Cola, a great meal can be a snap, and a twist, and a pour. Coca-Cola, open happiness. Trenton Coca-Cola hopes you enjoy the game, the summer weather, and an ice-cold Coca-Cola with your family and friends.
I can never find a place in town that designs and prints everything I need at a good price.
Have you been under a rock for the last 60 years? What about Community Press? All I do is dream up an idea, they design it, and they do all the work for me. It's easy.
So they print envelopes and business cards?
Community Press can do that.
Brochures, invitations, promo items, flyers for my concert or Spice Girls songs?
What?
Nothing. How do I find them?
They're at 1016 North Washington in Chillicothe, and their phone number is 646-2360. They're even on Facebook and have a website at communitypressinc.com.
And we welcome you back on Mudcats TV and on KCHI. I'm Josh Sowers. Happy to have you with us as we prepare for the top of the 9th inning. Mudcats in control, 17-11 on the Spooner Bandits from Wisconsin. So we'll take you back out in the field. Luke Schultz will step in. He'll be the next batter. as Robert Beltran will stay in to perhaps close the game. As Schultz will take first pitch. Beltran on the second pitch, just missing outside. This next one just over, fouled off to the right side, just over the Bandit dugout. Looking at a 1-1 count, 2-1 count. As this next one will be, supposed to look at it for a strike. So 2-2 count. We're in the top of the ninth, and another foul ball. That one heads towards the house.
Can we get the winning 50-50 ticket to the booth?
I just brought it up. Sorry.
2 balls, 2 strikes, and another foul off by Schultz. Offense has been good in this game. It's game finally quieted down. Another foul. Hang on to the 2-2 count. A lot of offense been hit by these Mudcats. And give credit to the Bandits. They hung tough in the 5th inning, scoring 8 runs. Let's put a little pressure on these Mudcats. Check swing, down goes Schultz. As that ball was inside, but catching part of the plate. That'll be strike 3. And the Mudcats are 2 outs away from taking their first win of the season. We will have a pinch hitter here. It'll be number 14 on the Dustin Steckler, an infielder.
Pinch hitting for Ethan Bell, Dustin Steckler.
And he will swing at the first one. It's foul, but it will be strike 1. Just caught the edge of the bat. The 0-1, catching the inside part of the plate as well. It's Beltran again, wasting no time. Here's the 0-2. And down goes swinging is Steckler. 1-2-3 pitch, and he's done. Struck out swinging. And now, Mudcats 1 out away. 2 outs, we're on the top of the ninth. 16-11 lead for the Mudcats. Or 17-11 rather, pardon me, as this one's fouled off the first base side. Two out, Beltran let his infielders reset, get back to their positions. This one's going to be down low.
I've been arrested.
1-1 count. Ball in play. Shortstop Al Robbins will make the grab on the ground ball. Really stretching for it was Anthony Bias. He makes the grab, and that is the game for the Mudcats as they defeat the Spooner Bandits finally. After 3 hours and 23 minutes, the game will finally end. Mudcats move to 1-0 on the season. That's exactly what we want to say. The season has started for these Mudcats. So we will come back. We'll take a quick break. We'll come back for final stats, and we'll wrap things up and set things up for tomorrow here on KCHI.
As we open Meek League play and welcome the Sedalia Bombers.
I hope so.
$82.
Yeah, no, that's fine. I should. I've got a little Kindle here that I keep my own stats on, so I should be okay. Yeah. Yeah, I should be all right.
$82 is yours with ticket number 324882.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
That's 324882. You are a winner tonight. You can pick up your money at the bait shop.
local newspapers. Subscribe today to the Chillicothe Constitution Tribune. Your local CT saves you money with valuable manufacturers and local business coupons. The CT looks out for my personal interests with a pulse on the news, information, and local events. It gives me something to talk about, like when I see my daughter's name in print. The CT offers items only in print that I can't find anywhere else. It's all inside the CT. Get yours today and all the value that comes with it. Call the Chillicothe Constitution Tribune, 646-2411.
Head to Legends at the Days Inn for the special all day every weekday. Whether you have lunch or dinner, Legends specials are still only $4.99. On Mondays, add zest to your day with a spicy chicken sandwich marinated in Legends sweet and spicy orange sauce topped with Swiss and bacon. Tuesdays, savor a classic Monte Cristo sandwich. Wednesdays, reward yourself with an open-faced hot beef sandwich, mashed potatoes, and brown gravy. Thursdays, indulge in the Frisco burger topped with Swiss, bacon, and tomato. And on Fridays, dive into a tuna melt with Swiss. It's all at the Days Inn, Chillicothe.
And we welcome you back on KCHI and Mudcats TV. Good to have you with us here. Great ball game tonight, lengthy one to say the least, but Mudcats get the job done. They win 17-11 over the Spooner Bandits of Wisconsin. It took them a while to finally get this one set in stone, but they did. Spooner Bandits fall to 0-4 on the season. Mudcats take a 1-0 record, 1-0 record rather, to tomorrow. They play Sedalia against game time at 7:05. Take a look at tonight. Robert Beltran will get the win tonight. He came in 4 2/3 innings, threw about 67 pitches, had not, as we saw it, as it says 9 strikeouts, but I think it was about 6. Rather, what we're gonna give it to him. And take a look in your Mudcat batting order. It was just a phenomenal night for a lot of these guys. Corbin Williams goes 4 for 3, 3 runs scored, 3 singles. Did have a triple and had 3 RBIs as well. Todd Zinnigy, the third baseman, he was 2 for 5, 3 runs scored, had a double of his own and 2 RBI. Al Robbins, the shortstop, he was 3 for 6 on the evening. 3 singles, had 3 RBIs as well. And Derek Nakasiri was 1 for 4, had 2 runs scored. A lot of guys getting on the offensive side. Rain Sugai, 4 for 5, 3 runs scored, 4 singles. He was a big hitter of the night. And the Mudcats will take a very happy 17-11 victory here tomorrow night when the season really gets going as they play Sedalia. Again, tomorrow's first pitch at 7:05. Taking on Sedalia. Sedalia again will be on Sunday, 7:05. Clarendon will be in here on Monday, and St. Joseph will be here on Tuesday before the team finally heads out to their first road game. That'll be next Wednesday at St. Joseph. But your final score tonight, 17-11, your score. And we hope to see you back tomorrow, and we appreciate everyone listening tonight, wherever you are, here on Mudcats Baseball. And for Mudcats TV, we thank everybody for joining us. Have a good night, everyone.
Manufacturing filtration solutions for a cleaner, quieter world. Donaldson Company opened their doors in 1915. Today, Donaldson Company is a worldwide corporation with 11 locations in the United States and in 44 countries around the world. A part of Chillicothe since 1959, Donaldson's filtration products improve performance of equipment around the world. You won't always see them, but you can breathe easier knowing they're everywhere. Good luck, Mudcats, from Donaldson Company of Chillicothe.
Does your deck look faded and worn? Does that fence look a little tired? Visit Pat Thorne Lumber today and check out all of our Sicken stains and sealers to revitalize the outdoor experience of your home. Let the professionals at Pat Thorne Lumber help you get the right products for the restoration and protection of your deck or fence. If you're considering the construction of a new deck or fence, we have everything you'll need for that project from start to finish. Pat Thorne Lumber in Chillicothe, where better building begins.
Or Diet Pepsi.
Sofia Vergara. This is my Diet Pepsi. I love drinking Diet Pepsi.
Well, you know what they say. If you love something, let it go. And if it comes back, it was meant to be.
Would you hold my Diet Pepsi for me?
I'd love to. Now leave. It can't come back to you if you're standing next to it. The only thing better than an ice-cold Diet Pepsi is a free ice-cold Diet Pepsi.
Love every sip at DietPepsi.com.
Pepsi Cola Dr. Pepper Bottling Company of
Ensure the
Chillicothe.
nutritional health of your livestock and pets with the best of Millbank Mills Silver Moon feeds, ground locally. You can buy from 500 pounds to 25 tons with free delivery in pellets or meal, bagged or bulk, whatever is convenient for you. Silver Moon feeds can be delivered within 24 hours or pick it up yourself to earn an extra discount. For 147 years, agriculture has depended on Millbank Mills and Silver Moon feeds. For Silver Moon feeds, call Millbank Mills in Chillicothe, 800-892-2488.
Proud to be a part of Chillicothe, your Walmart Supercenter has the items you need when you need them. A full-service grocery department and general merchandise with automotive, electronic, clothing, sporting goods, crafts, and lawn and garden. Be sure to stop in and shop their full-line bakery and deli departments. Your Chillicothe Walmart Supercenter is open 24 hours a day. Get everything you need in one convenient stop. Shop your Chillicothe Walmart Supercenter. Walmart. Save money, live better.
If a little adventure goes a long way, how far does a lot go? How about Montana or the Caribbean? You can tell us when you get there. If you win the Missouri Lottery's second chance of a lifetime promotion, it could turn any ticket into one of 2 unforgettable adventures. A voyage on your own private yacht with a personal chef, or fishing with a master outdoorsman while a crew films your catch. Now, every ticket lets you enter to win at molottery.com and gives back to education. So play it forward with the Missouri Lottery.
There's really only one steak place that has the best steak. The most tender, most flavorful, mouth-watering steak. A place that makes the choice to serve you the best choice. Because we believe there really is no other choice. Introducing Hy-Vee Choice Reserve. Premium, hand-selected, 100% natural beef. Hy-Vee Choice Reserve. Because our choice is your best choice.
For 50 years, Midwest Gloves and Gear has been growing with you. Since its beginning in 1962, Midwest product lines have grown to include work gloves, garden gloves and gear, kids gloves and accessories, and much more. In fact, Midwest Gloves and Gear prides itself in being the largest manufacturer of American-made gloves. Midwest Gloves and Gear is also the exclusive provider of Disney and Nickelodeon kids gloves and gear, featuring all your favorite characters. For 50 years and many more, Midwest is growing with you.